Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LAN Downunder 2022. My name is Bagel. Joining with me on the desk is Ghost, and we have just witnessed the third last game of this LAN?
Essentially, yeah. So just quickly breaking on, because I believe we also have videos of semi-final 2 already coming through. So we'll just cover through map 2 of Bagel from the first semi-final. Overall, Witness Gaming pretty much. I think this was a better performance coming from Witness Gaming, convincing.
They definitely woke up.
Definitely Ascension, obviously taking some time on the cap. Very good effort from them. But one thing for sure is as well, like watching how the Soldiers playing on Witness Gaming. Obviously very experienced, lots of high bombs.
That forward hold was brutal. That was absolutely just I mean, forward holding on Bagel, it's so hard to break, especially when Witness are just doing it so well.
Yeah.
There was this one moment, they could have won the first round though. Like there was this one moment, I think Raina was so unfortunate, where Lal just snipes her with an arrow, and she was at like what 95%. Which
and then one thing for sure as well, watching is the Witness definitely. You could tell they're the more experienced team on Bagel.
Yeah.
Definitely the map knowledge and stuff coming into play. And also you mentioned before that how they're playing as a team. You know, the Uber situation where they're trying to force Raina as early as possible, and then Lal doesn't need to force at all. And obviously they definitely did that again, and it worked out quite well coming into that map. But otherwise, there's, to be honest, not much a lot said. Like otherwise, Witness Gaming, the more experienced team, map knowledge, everything coming into play. But yeah.
It's also just that experience. I mean, the whole Ascension roster, as they've been playing for a while, but not as long as all the guys on Witness. I mean, it's also like maybe LAN experience. I'm not 100% versed on how experienced Witness are at a LAN setting.
I mean, most of the players on this team as well is sort of their first LAN, mainly just Dork, Connor, Down, and Enrift. Lau and Cookie have been to LAN before, but it was a while ago. But otherwise, I think not much more to say about map 2, and I think we should focus on the upcoming semi-final 2.
This one is going to be such a grudge match.
Yeah.
This is the one to watch, ladies and gentlemen.
So I think quickly we'll just run through sort of the rosters for both sides. So the side of Sneaky Snakes, we've got Combo Scout Memories, Elmo Flank, Pocket is Rohan, Roma Fane, Demo Matt, and Muramu Med. And the side of Pin Pals, we've got Sam, Combo Scout, Camille, Flank Scout, Alt Pocket, Super Roma, Redcoat Demo, Med, Varna. I think this is going to be the more evenly matched of the semi-finals out of the 2 we had. And I think we definitely might be able to see a map 3 come through for this.
Absolutely. I mean, both in the group stages and during the Souls Fortunes regular season, like they've been really close games.
Yeah.
Like during the season, only difference by 1 or 2 rounds. And even though the scoreline doesn't suggest it in the group stages yesterday, each round was so nail-bitingly close.
And I think as well with this game, this will be a rematch. So these teams have faced each other before in the group stage. It will be a round 4 rematch where Sneaky Snakes beat Pin Pals pretty convincingly 4-0, but definitely I feel like we can see something else. Maybe a better performance, considering it is a best of 3, so you do have 3 chances essentially to get the W essentially in for the whole series. But then going through the map picks and bans, obviously they've already come through. We've got Granary banned first by side of Sneaky Snakes, and then following on Sunshine ban. I guess Granary as well. I think we can't say a lot about the maps. I think regarding the reason, the reasoning behind it, but because both teams, I think their map pools definitely quite comfortable.
I think they just want to both teams want to play maps that they're very familiar.
I think very familiar, very
they're very standard maps. I mean, like that Bagel Decider is going to be interesting if we get to it. I'm keen for like.
I think we look at Granary. I think the ban definitely sort of this affects the side of. I think you can put on Sneaky Snakes, mainly Fane, especially his Soldier play.
Fane's incredible.
And Granary, I think, is known for a lot of that Soldier sort of play coming into mids. But then going along, basically, ban Sunshine, Proland's coming out, Product as well. Proland's coming out, I think. To be honest, I don't think. It is quite an old map as well, but I don't think many people are so comfortable playing it. It is the mid especially is very unusual, I think, from what I understand. Being that you got the train card in the middle, and then people can just flank, and it's very tight, essentially, and the mid sort of played. Yeah,
I mean, we want to see some Pro Lands. We've already seen some Pro Lands this tournament already, but I don't know if it's going to come up, honestly.
But otherwise, then finally we just got Product banned as a final map. I guess, removing Product, it's a very DM heavy map. Both these teams DM, I think. Again,
they're both very scary rosters.
Very scary rosters.
Very scary rosters.
And looking at the side of Pin Pals, you got Sam, Camille Scout, a very good combo, I feel like. But in the side as well, we've got Soldiers, and mainly I think Matt playing that demo class, obviously Rohan, because Daz couldn't make it for the side of Sneaky
Shout
Snakes.
out to Daz.
So Matt
Hope he's doing
playing
well.
demo. I think we'll see what he can do on product.
I mean,
but
Matt's,
luckily,
Matt's a very,
yeah.
he's proven demo.
Yeah, and luckily
30 last season, first place. So
and luckily product got taken out, so that's good. And then map-wise coming in, we've got Process as your map 1, Gully map 2, and then Bagel if needed as a map 3 decider. So starting off on Process, we've got your standard map, Pug, Sixes, Official, every single, everyone's played it before. I think this will be I feel like it will be quite an even match on this one.
I think so too. I think so too. Because Process gives a lot of room for Pimpel scouts to really work. I mean, Sam, absolutely incredible.
Definitely.
Camille as well. And there's a lot of opportunities to really get a solid flank. Like just how open the map is between the midpoint and the second point. So like scouts can do a lot of work.
Scouts definitely can, and especially with Sam as well, being known obviously in Oz Fortress as one of the more mechanically skilled scouts. So definitely keen to see what he can do. And then on the side, of same thing, we got Memories and Elmo.
Memories and Elmo, they're no slouches either. Yeah. I mean, Elmo absolutely has been in Div 1 for how many years now? How many years?
For a while now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, at least 3.
But otherwise, I think, and then
at least.
But otherwise, yeah, looking at that, I think mainly focus on the scouts, obviously soldiers as well, seeing what they can do. But it definitely will be quite an even. I think it'll be an even, well-matched first map. But then we go into Gullywash here for your second map, which I think.
You have like 2 sides. You have the 2 sides,
yeah.
right? Because so like, with the Process where the scouts can really shine, testing the scouts, the scout combos, as scary as they both are. And then we go to Gullywash, a very choke-heavy map.
Very choke-heavy.
Where we have see the prowess of both the soldiers and the demos.
And then a flanking option as well for in that drop-down area. So definitely cutting off escape routes. So I'm very keen to see what happens with that. And then coming into Bagel as a decider, to be honest, it actually might be okay. Both teams, I feel like
that's good for everybody.
That's good for everybody in a way. Again, probably benefiting more the soldiers again on that one, especially Fane and stuff. As we mentioned before, the skybox being really, really big. So
and we saw how effective Witness were with their soldiers,
especially
taking
Connor
control.
And stuff.
Yeah,
we saw that. I think it was the last round or something. A really, really massive bomb coming onto the combo. But I mean, right now we're just waiting for the players to join the server onto Process. But I mean, highlighting the rosters as well. I think one thing we should point out is I want to see the Redcoat and Matt demo. I think is a good.
That's a historic matchup.
Very good matchup.
Very good matchup.
I mean, Redcoat is known for his sort of demo play. He is very well experienced in the class, but then Matt as well. I think he's played it off and on.
Yeah,
but he's more known for Soldier, I'm pretty sure. But demo still he's quite experienced with. But it'll be interesting to see who sort of comes out on top, and especially this damage exchange on
They're
Process.
both very scary. They're both so scary.
So that's what it's going to start off. Is both obviously it's going to stand a damage exchange, and then something is going to cause. So someone's going to initiate something.
Yeah.
But we're just waiting to see what happens.
I do see players in server.
I do see as well.
We're
but
getting
not
there.
everyone
We're getting
yet.
there. We haven't talked about ult.
Oh, true. Yeah.
We haven't talked about ult. Ult is it's a very shifty player.
He was hyping up his team, so I'm hoping he does prove a point.
He was talking a lot of smack to Witness.
And see what happens if these guys can make, because it will be one of these team regardless making the grand finals facing on Witness in that best of 5, which it might be long drawn, it might be a quick 3-0. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens.
The thing that I like about ult is that he's not afraid to try stuff.
Definitely, yeah.
Like he will just he will run like Huntsman Sniper, right? And we saw this in group so yeah, he got like 3K I think or something.
Well, that works.
That's towards the tail end of the map yesterday. Just ult's ability to just cause chaos and make it really, really messy and really force Sneaky Snakes to adapt as quickly as possible to make sure that they don't get completely destroyed by something they're not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, this should be quite a it's going to be an evenly well matched, and then coming into that grand final, which is soon, at least the teams get a bit of a warm up coming into it. But then again, I think the map grand final obviously would basically. Who's better got the experience? Will it be Witness or one of these teams?
And who can keep their nerve?
Essentially, yeah. Witness Gaming obviously have been formed for a while and definitely have that experience. But then on the side of these two rosters, we'll see as well the map pool knowledge because it is a best of 5. You're only banning 2 maps. And afterwards you have to pick and I guess decide what order you want. You're going to have to be, I guess, really careful. You don't want to play a map where you might get rolled and then all of a sudden you get reverse swept. Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see. Well, just before we move on, I just want to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors and partners for making this event possible. Of course, the lovely folks here at Genesis Internet Cafes Arena. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very good venue. Very good.
It was formed since 2019, Operation 2018, and the rates actually.
Your mic's muted.
Oh, they are. Hello.
Sure.
There we go. Hold on. I don't know how that happened, but. Yeah, just the value here, actually incredible. And the good rates as well if you want to
Yeah,
stop out
very
there.
good rates.
If you're in Melbourne,
Yeah.
want to play some video games, you know where to come. Marketplace TF, also amazing service where you can buy items, really good prices. 100% fraud protection as well. Accepts both credit cards and PayPal, so you know you're getting your items, very securely, very safely. You don't have to be worried about being scammed at all, and it's quite quick as well.
It is very quick. I've
Yeah.
bought some stuff off there, mainly keys. I haven't really bought any hats off there because I don't really care about hats and gift too. I'll say that now. Yeah.
Well, no. Vanished.
And then obviously we've got Quickslide and OzFortress, two of our biggest providers. Quickslide
Yeah.
for servers and OzFortress generally for the league. Obviously thanking OzFortress for letting us use their website to run the tournament. But yeah, overall I think we got some very good support from some very good partners, and definitely we're utilizing what they've given us for the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, without them, this wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, definitely. And for now, we're just still waiting for a few more players to come in. I believe there is a slight delay for something, but I'm not too sure.
I think people are hungry.
Oh, that as well. I guess people are hungry, but there is a break coming up soon after this. They can speed it up quickly. I mean, the grand final's at 5 p.m. Hopefully with no delays, but we'll see. But yeah, we're just waiting for the players to join the server. But I feel like as well, since now there's going to be 3 maps, obviously the map they basically rolled them on will
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
The Sunshine,
And obviously that's out now. So definitely we're going to see who can perform better on either Process or Gully essentially, and then if needed that Bagel, which will be obviously a best of 5 essentially.
Yeah, I mean, Sunshine Process can be played fairly similar.
Yeah, that's true.
That sort of was a running joke that Sunshine was like the next version of Process.
Yeah.
That was going around for a while. But even though they're similar, they're not the same.
Yeah, and then I feel like as well, we come into this Process, I think people do compare Sunshine, but then if we look at the game as well, if Pinpals can get revenge from round 4, I think that definitely could potentially be a good confidence booster going into that grand final, facing off against basically the #1 seeded team for this whole tournament, and probably the favorites to win it all. And if they can cause an upset, and then I feel like that would be definitely good for the, storyline here, and then Witness Gaming obviously taking that 2nd place, but obviously anything can happen. I think Witness Gaming, I think Witness Gaming is still the favorites to obviously take the whole thing. But yeah, I think we should just quickly go into predictions. Looks like players are filling up slowly. I think Process, I'm probably going to aim for maybe 4-3 scoreline in the side of Pinpals is what I'm looking at.
Pinpals,
Yeah.
okay. You think Sam Camille too much?
I think generally just the experience of the team, Sam, and also Varna, I forgot to highlight, he's the
Varna,
veteran,
yeah.
and only recently coming back, so definitely helping out the team. And I know he can do a little bit of calling on Medic from what I understand, but I feel like Redcoat will probably be the more dominant voice plus Sam. But yeah, 4-3 to the side of Pinpals I go for.
You know what I think, Ghost? I think we see a golden cap.
That is possible, that is
You
true.
guys want to see a golden cap? Let us know in the chat.
That is true, and we've yet
be
to see a
bad.
golden cap throughout this whole LAN, so this will be
Yeah.
interesting if we do get to one.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm supposed to say 4-3 to Sneaky Snakes.
Yeah,
And
I
golden
guess
cap,
regardless,
GSP.
it will be close. I feel like it'll be a close game
But
anyway.
yeah, this will be absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I'm sure the casters will have an absolutely fantastic time casting this one. Because things are going to be happening left, right, and center. So, as Ghost decides to disappear, oh, he's back.
Yeah, we'll just quickly check as well. I'm going to ask for Snazzy's prediction with the casting crew for the match. So I guess we'll see what they say.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we're on. Okay. Yeah, I don't know prediction-wise. I think that I think Sneaky Snakes have probably got this one in the bag a little bit, but Pinpals, they show up to the party, don't they, T3?
Yeah, no, they're good. They'll have their moments, I think, but I agree. Elmo reckons it's going to be a 5-0-5-0, so we might be in for a roll according to him, but I think it'll be a little bit closer. I think that Pinpals will get a few more rounds than 0.
Yeah, look, Pinpals are definitely a really solid team. There's not really a lot to say. We're going to have to see how it shakes out in the wild.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm sure the maps might favor certain people on both teams. But yeah, I suppose it's just going to be who's going to show up today. hopefully maybe even get to 3 maps. Don't know. I think today this will be the best game we'll see.
Yeah, it would be lovely to go to 3 maps because I do like a little bit of one of those heart-beating sort of moments, and that last map is always like.
Yeah, that's right. And these guys are not exactly taking it casually either. These guys are coming here to win. They want to take it out. They've got things to prove and people to shit talk.
I mean, you have to remember there's money involved as well. If you take it on through, it's absolutely worth it.
Anyway, Stan, so the game actually started here.
Oh, it's actually
we're
started.
rolling out
That's
to middle.
great. Cool. Well, we see the mid beginning, and we see Redcoat and Matt sort of dueling it off. Not really a lot going on. Nice big bomb coming through, but no frags to speak of. Alt, the first one to go down. So, I mean, it's looking pretty even so far. Redcoat's getting quite a lot of room, quite deep onto the med there, but he does go down for it. So this is actually looking quite good for the Sneaky Snakes now. They've really only lost Elmo out of the deal, and they've secured the middle.
Yeah, well, Redcoat decided to go for a little bit of walk all the way to the other side of the point there. He got shut down pretty quick, and the mid was over after that. Lost a few people, and now Blue's got walking into second, and they got even Ubers at the moment, so see how they're trying to take a bit of a dry fight at the moment. Walking in, getting some space. Big bomb from Blue there. Rowan making it some heap space. I think that's just a sack. They'll even it up here and go back to the middle.
Yeah, I think it's pretty standard sort of stuff. We're just going back to, nice big stale Uber hold. But with Rohan being down, I mean, it looks like they're pushing to take that ground. And they've gotten straight in. They have lost 2 players like almost immediately. Sneaky Snake's totally happy to clean up those 2 and probably return with a push of their own now that their soldier has spawned. Bit more fighting still going on in that front end there. They're getting onto that
Redcoat's
demo.
being pressured.
Yeah, I don't know. Redcoat does seem to be able to flee, get back to his medic there, but they are still down a few players. They've lost Elmo and Fane on the other end, though. The Uber does come out. They're pushing that one straight into the choke. They do pick up Matt nice and early, which is actually really good for them. The Uber, pardon me, has come out from the other side. And that will sort of slow down the momentum there.
That was actually quite well played from Pinpals. As soon as, Sneaky Snakes had a much better Uber there, but a couple of them managed to leak into sewer to pull it away from the med. So looks like Varna was able to live and instead of losing their med and having a sizable ad pushing into last.
Yeah, well, I mean, keeping Varna up is definitely crucial to be able to sort of not get absolutely rolled.
It does always play a deciding factor in the games. Trooper comes in for a sack, doesn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, it's just sort of stalematey stuff, nothing really to speak of. However, it does look like they're taking a bit of duel at the choke there. 2 soldiers straight on through. They're getting in nice and deep. Rohan goes down, isn't able to really pick anything up with it. But there we go, Fane with Redcoat and Varna. That is unreal.
That's what we call a value bomb.
Value.
Taking out Redcoat and Varna, and looks like they're cleaning up the rest of them now. The Ubers gets popped though. They might get some spawners for last to defend this. We'll see what they can do. They might be able to stop a gun from going up and maybe take a dry fight into last, but Alt's contesting the point here. Oh, Elmo's not going to be happy about that one.
No, he'll be absolutely spewing.
Particularly coming from Alt as well.
Absolutely, the mortal enemies. But we do see the Pinpals, they look like they want to push straight on out there to try to prevent that second cap. It has only just been capped, so they're only just started getting those forward spawns, and it does look like they're trying to fight it through that lobby area. They picked up a few players, though, so it's not looking great for Pinpals there.
I think they're going to be pushing into last with this. They got 3-player ad. They're sounding walking through door 2 now. See if Redcoat can stop them here.
Yeah, Varna does pick up Rohan with a quick bow there. Redcoat picks up another one as well. Fane going down. Memories does pick up Alt. Elmo picks up Varna, and I think that's probably going to be all she wrote. It's a valiant defense, but it's not enough to make it happen.
No, I think Elmo just was hitting the shots in through there. Like, Redcoat hit a fat amount of damage as they were walking through the choke, but once they'd made it through, they were able to clean them up with their player ad.
Yeah, exactly. But new mid, new day. I reckon the Pinpals are going to absolutely thrash them here.
Okay.
Matt getting to the mid a little bit earlier, I think, just a tiny little smidge, and they're just facing off against each other, really just posturing, no real ground taken just yet. The rest of the players get here, they're taking those upper areas. Memory's the first to go down. He's in. Oh,
the biddy.
No. He did his absolute darndest, but he wasn't quite able to convert that one on his own. It's a bit more fighting going on, but it's looking like it's turning out well for the Pinpals.
Yeah, it was pretty scrappy for a little bit there, but Fane's in again. Gets Shuba hit a really nice air shot, but it wasn't enough to stop Fane. And Fane's He doesn't quite get Varna, but that was looking a little bit scary.
Yeah, that was like definitely a good attempt right on the tail end there to sort of turn it all back around in one smooth maneuver.
Yeah, I was actually surprised Rowan missed that shot because he's been playing really well the last day or so. He's kind of been let off the leash and he's doing whatever he likes. He's been having some pretty big impact, particularly for just like coming in at the last minute as well for these guys.
Yeah, because he was the replacement player, but then him and Matt actually swapped around because they I think he was replacing Daz on the demo, yeah.
I think it was a pretty good compromise. They could have definitely ended up with a bit of a worse or weaker team.
Oh, yeah.
But no, they've done well. I mean, Matt's won Prem on demo. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's definitely a beast. But with the basically, 60-odd% Uber advantage, they're taking that one through the
now.
lobby. They pick up Rohan on the way in, who went in for a quick sack, trying to get that Force early. The Force did come through in the end as they came into the last, but it looks like a bit of an average push. The heavy up top, maybe just a bit too much to deal with, knowing that they're unable to get in, and they've just backed on out. So we're going to be leapfrogging ad back and forth.
It looks like they're trying to dry fight here. They pick up Shupa.
It's looking pretty good now, actually.
They're actually getting wiped. That was actually really surprising. They had full ad pushing into last there, but their Uber was a bit limp. They kind of like made it in through the door, but Uber had run out before they were able to actually get onto the combo, sitting up top, and then the heavy came in and cleaned up some post frags, absorbed heaps of damage, and they were able to kill the last remaining players.
Yeah, I mean, I think that dry fight might have been a little bit of a mistake even.
Yeah, well, they really tried to force it at the end there, particularly walking into a heavy with no Uber. It's tough, because when he's getting heals, plus his damage resistance, there's a lot of damage you have to do to take him down, and commit a lot of resources. It looks like Sam's on the sniper. Let's see if he's going to get... Oh,
he's picked
that's
up
a nice shot
already.
That's a nice shot. Sam's renowned for this sort of stuff.
But in the meantime, the Uber did come out of the sneaky snakes there. They did pick up Varna, but I think that's it. So that's going to equalise the Uber out, or even actually, give them a little bit of advantage. So I guess Sam doing his absolute darndest, just unable to, turn that one around.
Well, it looks like Miramar's not healing it. Alright, he's just found someone to heal, so it looks like they will be able to build up a little bit of ad. Sam picks up Elmo. I'm sure Elmo will be typing in chat right now. But yeah, it looks like they're going to get a little bit of ad. Maybe not quite enough to push off. Depends. Red might think that the blue has a little bit more ad than what they actually do, because Miramir wasn't healing for a little while. So they may be thinking pretty serious disad here, but realistically the Ubers are pretty much even.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty much bang on. I think as things, stalemate out a little bit, they'll definitely equal up. We do see Fane go in for a bomb, picks up Sam, gets quite a bit of room through choke there, and they're ready for the dry fight. They're in. Rohan is as well, trying to do his absolute best to pick up all the players there, and that is basically a wipe. It's just Shupa alive, and I believe he was a spawner anyway.
They absolutely owned them. They only losing Fane to wipe their entire team. That's pretty good if you're Sneaky Snakes. So they're going to get second for free, and they've got huge ads. So hopefully they can convert this one into a round.
I mean, you called the last Fane bomb a value bomb. What would you call that one? Because that was
yeah, look, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. He had a lot of follow-up. They all played around each other really, really well. Were able to take the space that Fane had made, and yeah, they cleaned them all. They hit a gun push in his last. Sam's got a gun on the left spawn. We'll see how they opt to push through. They get an early pick without even using, so this might make it an easier push. Get through, get to take down the gun. Walk into left side. Combos up top with a heavy though. Bit of point play. Lots of damage up top. They're not getting any frags though. Oh, there we go. There we are. I was waiting for it. We were waiting for it.
There it is.
Cleaning up the last remaining players. Oh, Pyro's out there. See if we can clutch it up. It was never meant to be. Looks like Sneaky Snakes are going to take the round. Yeah,
so that's now 2-0 to Sneaky Snakes. But I mean, look, there's 21 minutes left on the clock. I'm not even worried for Pin Pals right now, man.
Yeah, well, look, I'm sure they're just taking their time to warm up. They've been playing Pugs this morning, so playing some pretty serious matches now. They'll warm up, and I'm sure they'll be able to put up a pretty good fight.
Yeah, the momentum might be a problem. Matt coming in, hitting a nice big sticky onto the soldier up the top there. But look, Fane's very, very low. He finally gets a bow, so he'll be able to get one of his famous Fane bombs in. Getting on the Fane train. Camille picking up the first frag of the mid. Fane going in and managing to pick up ult as well. It's now 2-1 against for the Sneaky Snakes here. They're looking pretty good. They've gotten good control of that upper area, but the Pin Pals are fighting back. Those scouts on that team doing their absolute best to stop this from turning into a big issue for them, but they are looking like they have to back out anyway. Well, I say that. They've picked up quite a few frags as people get a little bit overextended.
Matt kind of
probably
tests like,
oh my lord! Dude, that was unreal. That bow saved him so hard.
It could have gone very differently for him if that hadn't come through. And that mid, look, we've been talking about Fane a lot, but he got so much done without dying that he was continuously able to like bomb, reload, keep making space. Here they come again. Looks like they're trying to send in a sack here. Ron's going to hit it. No, he's going to brick another one. Maybe third time lucky for him. We'll see.
Memory's going down, probably, and Fane as well, probably giving them the entry they need, although they lose Redcoat as they try to push through that choke area there. It's a very scrappy fight. Both teams still have Uber here, but they haven't actually used it.
Yeah, I'd like to see, it looks like they're thinking about trying to walk in here, because without Redcoat, it makes it a lot easier. It's 3v3 though, so Uber comes out first for blue. It's an even trade right now, both flash twice. Ult's looking to try and keep in Matt here, but
I think looks like doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Matt's staying alive here. Counter bombs are coming in from Fane, and looks like they've managed to crunch them and keep him out from entering mid there.
Yeah, I mean, they've stopped them from entering mid, and they're actually pushing straight on into that second area. They're taking this scrappy fight. They seem to really enjoy these right now. They're in that sewer area looking for another opportunity.
I think they're ready to just keep going and going and going. They don't really want to hang around, sit in a stalemate for a couple of minutes, particularly when they're 2 up as well. Oh, well, sorry, when they're 2 down, they're going to want to keep trying to keep running and running and running. Either with your Sneaky Snakes, you want to get more rounds, or if you're Pin Pals, you don't want that clock to start running down. You're running out of time to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. You start running into dangerous territory if you get a bit complacent with it. I know I've done that quite a few times.
That's it. Well, it looks like they are going to get into a bit of a stalemate here. So they've been opting for the double sack, Rowan and Fane. It worked really well for them last time. They picked up Varna and Redcoat in the same bomb. We'll see how they want to do it this time. Looks like Fane's getting ready. He might get a
off the
wall.
Now,
here we go. He's going for Redcoat here. Rowan might be on Varna as we speak. No. They actually pick up Redcoat, so with this demo pick, they might look to see if they can get a bit of space and then send a sack. Just makes it way easier to get through the choke. Shoopers sitting in IT. Ult's low. They're actually getting a lot of space here, so who knows? They actually pick up Rowan again. They're kind of just exchanging back and forth. No one's really getting much. Exchanging frags. They've been chased out of choke once more, and yeah, looks like they're gonna just sack again.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be the story of this choke point here. Fane actually going for yet another bomb. Nice and high in behind. Ooh. Gets a nice big rocket onto someone there, but I don't think it was enough to make anything really happen.
Really lucky he had both the scouts with him there, because Varna did not even see Fane come through the choke. Yeah, he wasn't even looking at him, so if he was able to get his rockets off, Varna was dying for sure.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, Varna surviving by the skin of his teeth. I believe he was down to 50-odd health at the time. But
lots of frags for Sneaky Snakes at the moment. The Ubers have not been used though, so to see if they opt for a late trade. They're being bullied out of door 1. Ult's trying to do his best to keep them at bay. So they've been bullied out to last, and I think that's pretty good for Sneaky Snakes. Still even Ubers, so the clock's going to keep ticking down. But they managed to get a point for free, which is really good for them.
It's literally no expenditure of like the Uber or anything like that. So they're able to sort of like.
Looks like they're trying to walk in here though.
Yeah, they're quite keen on that that right side. Bit of scrappy fighting going on. They do lose 2. Elmo going down as well. And the Uber did get used in the midst of all that, but I think they've just given up as sort of a lost cause in that push.
Yeah, well, the Uber actually came out from Sneaky Snakes. So Red's trying to actually get into second here. They get forced, unfortunately. But, you know, they'll take the point. It means they're off of last, and they're closer to getting another round.
Yeah, man. I mean, you hate being on last in that sort of scenario, especially when you're already a couple of rounds down. So it's good for them to be able to get out here. The Ubers, I mean, it's a little bit of an ad, but it's not really enough to really call a big one.
It depends on how they might want to do. I mean, second's got a pretty high skybox, so if you do want to use on the dot, you can catch a lot of their team and get onto their mid really quick before he gets Uber. It is a bit of a risk though, because if your demo dies while he's unflashed in the air, then your Uber's looking pretty sad. They're getting Uber, and you're just going to get reverse wiped.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic there, but they have built it up fairly well. It's up to them if they're going to be doing it. It looks like they're quite keen.
They're going for it.
They send their demo men straight
that's what I was talking about.
He's right up in the air. He does get the flash on the tail end. They did get counter-jumped in the choke as well. No real frags to speak of just yet. Redcoat picking up memories, though, and it does look like it's going to be a bit of a reset.
Yeah, that's a bit sad if you're Sneaky Snakes. They had the ad and they were trying to use it, but Matt, he did bomb in, but no one was able to really follow up and keep Varna alive. Matt wasn't going to be able to get Varna unless he was going to sacrifice himself, and yeah, it didn't work out for them.
No, not at all. But Pinpals, they've got to be happy now. They've got that full Uber. They're pushing into that midpoint. Well, they've pushed in. They're capping it as we speak. So if they're quick with this, I think they could probably convert this into a second.
Yeah.
And they do seem to be pretty quick. They've pushed straight on through the choke. They have used their Uber. They picked up Rohan, Matt, Fane as well, who manages to kill himself.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the end of that second point at the very least. However, there's going to be Uber to
It's yeah. They may or may not know that they have Uber right now. They might be trying to cap with their player ad. But they really, yeah, okay, good. That's really good for them. They get the force. Hopefully they can get their whole combo out. And yeah, looks like they'll be able to get away. Holding second may not be able to happen because they're 2 down at the moment. See if they want to push out and try and take this. Matt's trying to get through door 2, it seems. So they're actually opting to hold last. So they're going to turtle it up. Send a sack onto seconds. Matt's getting good damage though. They might actually turn this into a dry fight. He's dealing some really good damage right now. Sam's really low. Redcoat goes down to Miramu in the middle of that fight, and Varna actually passed away sadly during that exchange. So
yeah, it looked like Elmo got just deep enough to be able to pick up Varna, which is like a pretty good pick for Sneaky Snakes here. They look like they want to play it fairly conservatively anyway. Just build up their Uber before they do anything. Fane just absolutely styling on Shooper in lobby.
Yeah, there are those 5-ping rockets. They're getting in through lower now. They haven't got Uber yet, but they're trying to use their player ad to just get into second, maybe save it for mid. Redcoat's going to be living through IT, so he'll be able to set up traps on mid, pressure them for a sack as they come through. Actually, they're trying to second to second here, trying to block points. They've got a backup going on. Ult's on Spy, but I think he's been cleaned up. He's been cleaned up. They get second, so yeah, they won't be losing a round right now.
Yeah, and they even picked up Varna with all that fighting there, which is going to give them yet more Uber out. I mean, they've got full Uber to wander through. Redcoat, I believe, has just bailed. As he, never mind, he was actually hiding behind.
He's bailed back to the respawn queue.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to get bit. They've got full ad here. They could easily roll this into last. They've got player ad. They may deny some forwards here. Don't know if they get Sam. They will get Sam. So they'll deny Sam, be able to walk into second, and this might be Uber into last for them.
Yeah, Sam back up on the sniper though, so he might be able to make some magic happen as he wanders out through this door 2 area. He gets the scope in. Here we go. 1 soldier down. That's a good start. See if he can pick up anyone else. The other soldier comes on in. He actually goes down to Shooper. Nice big headshot onto the demo man. Trying to collect the med. Unable just then. Might get another crack at the egg though.
That's... yeah, look, they didn't make it easy for Sneaky to get in through there. Looks like they popped the Uber now. They've caught the entire combo, so let's see if they're able to even clean up on the frags. Varna's all by himself. He's going to go down. Sam's, he's holding a bit of an angle in IT, though. I think he's looking for a respawner. He's going to shamelessly body shot someone as they're rolling out through the air. But they've got the kills that they need to get into second. They're trying to dry fight it. This will actually be advantage again. They haven't managed to do a lot with their ads so far, either evening out or their Ubers haven't been as fruitful as what they would have hoped for. The Turtles have been pretty good so far. There've been a lot of back and forth, a lot of failed pushes. We'll see though, it looks like they're opting in to go even before they get Uber. They've picked up ult and yeah, they're all in spawn. There's nothing they can do about them capping the point.
I mean, it was a very early push, but they were still 3 down. The sentry was only level 1. I mean, it's sort of a guaranteed deal if you can get in there. And they've just made it happen. So now they're up 3 with 11 minutes and 40 seconds left to go, which is...
It is in line with Elmo's prediction of 5-0. So we'll see if he's going to be able to back up the talk. I don't know what Pinpals have to do to win the mid or win the game. It looks like they're opting for a double bomb. They pick up Elmo straight off the bat. Rowan's in on Varna. Big damage on both the scouts. They're absolutely rolled there, but no follow-up so far. Looks like the other bush side. Oh, yet another good rocket from Fane. They're backed into a corner here, but it's Fane's the only one left, and this will be the mid for red.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's good to see. I mean, I think, is this the first mid that they've actually convincingly won?
Yeah, well, they have won some bids. They've been pretty scrappy though, so the fights have been pretty drawn out. They did a good job of just playing around Varna. They had that double scout sitting on his ass, and nothing was going to get onto them with when you've got Sam and Camille sitting in front of your mid.
Yeah, you're pretty content with that one. But look, they're pushing straight on into that second area. Memories is up on Sniper, but he hasn't hit any godlike shots just yet. He's obviously doing his darndest to sort of slow down this push, try to take out the medic from the equation.
He's definitely feeling himself, although having a Sniper, it can be, it's a risk versus reward. Like if you don't hit anything, it's pretty sad. They've got absolutely no utils right now. Elmo's come up on heavy, but not having that sentry gun, that really non-committal, class, it'd really just eat up the Uber. Looks like they're going to bump straight up into top. Red Coat is absolutely a nightmare combo. But that's what I'm talking about. If you bump too far away from your meta, you can't get that reflash and get cleaned up in an instant, particularly when you're bombing into an overhealed heavy. They've picked up a couple of kills. It's looking like a pretty even fight right now, but I'm sure with Elmo buffed and sitting on the point, they're not going to be able to get this round.
Well, look, I mean, Elmo on heavy is a sight to behold. I mean, if I'm actually playing Highlander with him this season, he got banned off heavy, which I've never seen happen. So he is a bit of a beast, and he's able to clean up a few more players at the tail end there, turn that push into nothing.
It is actually slight ad for Pinpals, though. They managed to get that force out of Miramu on last, so they managed to hold the point, but now they're sitting at disad once more.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not a super crazy disad, but we've seen them use less than that. I mean, everyone seems pretty keen to fight even dry at the moment.
Red Coat goes down to a mat trap.
Ooh, I didn't even notice. That's crazy. So yeah, with the dry fights, I mean, that's probably the entry that they want. I mean, it's not a crazy ad, but you can use that. No demo, man, go.
Yeah, well, looks like they're trying. They managed to... The mat actually ends up dying. He's in the respawn queue. They're getting a lot of frags here. Looks like Pinpals. This might be a round for them here. There's only 2 left. Let's see what Rowan's able to do. They get the force out, then getting some spawners up in 7, and it's not enough. It's not in time. They managed to cap.
1 round to Pinpals!
Yeah,
what we want.
Look, Elmo's now wrong. He's going to have to be a 6-1 if he wants that 5-0 win diff. It's not quite the 5-0 he was hoping for, but maybe he could prove it on the next map.
He's going to absolutely give it a red hot crack, I think. But you know, he's sitting there talking absolute garbage any chance he gets, isn't he? But look, the mid's on. They're fighting each other. Fane looking like he wants to go for a nice big bomb. He does spot the med, but Side's better at that one. Picks up ult.
Elmo goes down early.
A side piece. However, Rohan jumps in, picks up Varna, so now it's a bit more of a done deal. If they can keep their medic up here, they're going to be absolutely happy on Sneaky Snakes. However, there's so many players pushing at them. They've cleaned up memories, which is going to give them a little bit more ability to push in. Yeah, because Matt's on his lonesome.
Yeah, there we go.
He picks up Camille though. Saves his own life.
Look, those moments feel pretty good, and Matt's feeling himself. Looks like Miramu's hit yet another arrow, and we'll see if Sam wants to back himself up and maybe try and get the med in this.
Yeah.
Looks like he hasn't. Soldier's in though. They're trying to get this force out of Miramu. Looks like he's safe for now though, and they might be able to stabilize here and push it a second. Elmo gets spooned by ult.
Oh, dude, he's going to be absolutely spewing about that one. Miramu healing up his players at the choke area there. They're finally getting back on through. They do have that Uber ad, which they have used. They picked up red coat for it, which is not horrific so far. They've kept most of their players alive as well. Rohan waiting for a pack there or something. Oh, he actually pogos off someone's head in midair.
He Goombas the red soldier. Shupa, yeah, look, there's not much you can do about that. They're going to go in for an all-in effort here. Varna's decided to leave. It's probably a good call though, because the rest of his team gets wiped. Yeah,
I think Varna was definitely making the right call there. Just maintaining that 60% Uber might give them a chance on the last here, because let's be honest, they're going to be stuck in last.
Yeah, it's going to be another stalemate. We haven't actually, I don't think we've seen many stalemate sacks into last yet. They've always been dry pushes or frags into walking into last, Uber trades, or slight ad pushes, but we'll see how they choose to force out the Uber. It's actually ended up being a bit of ad for Pinpals. Whether they know this, looks like Matt's aware of it. He's out at safety. Ult gets picked up, but Memories and Rowan going down. Miramu gets cleaned up in the Uber as well. It's pretty good for looking good for Pin Pals. But they're still on last. That threat of the back cap is always there. Until they get that cap, they're not safe.
I think they may have lost Elmo as well, but they have finally cleaned him up. I was just about to say that it's looking really dangerous for Pin Pals at this point. They are. Sneaky Snacks. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the other one.
I thought that was all capping them as well.
But yeah, it's looking pretty dangerous for Pin Pals. However, they've got that momentum coming back for them now. There's 5 minutes 50 left on the clock to pick up 2 rounds. Take this one to a golden cap.
Oh,
But Matt's able to clean up Alt and Redcoat with a single trap.
I could hear the taunt over the mic as well. He was definitely feeling himself after those two. Picking up Alt and Redcoats. I'm sure they're blaming the other one for not checking the traps. But they're in here, sizable ad for Pin Pals. But there's losing players all the time. They're continuously bleeding. I see if they're able to actually hold it back for a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I happened to notice that the player cam was on Alt when he died on the trap, and it was a lot to deal with, man. But they're looking to push straight on out. They do have a tiny bit of Uber ad on the Pin Pals here.
Yeah,
they look like they want to use it. They do end up getting forced, so they don't lose Redcoat, that one scout behind, able to get that damage off. That was really quite dangerous.
Yeah.
But they're going to be staring down the barrel of full Uber dis ad now, which is.
It's not looking good. They really split in the Uber. It looks like Camille or Sam, I'm not sure who took it, but one went one direction, Redcoat went the other. Redcoat actually gets picked up and they haven't even used yet, so looks like this is going to be a free second point, and maybe they can save the Uber in for last.
Yeah, it looks like they're just opting to grind that Uber up, try to stay on the last and take that one in a fight later on. That one scout, Sam, trying for it, just getting absolutely minced by Fane. Luck of the draw.
He had to go for something like that, because when everyone's in the spawn queue, there's not much you can do when you're a single scout trying to defend against the entirety of Sneaky Snakes. He's got to go for that miracle play, try and get something out. Matt goes down low, the Uber eventually comes out. Camille's going to live. But yeah, they capture in the Uber, they get the space, and that's all they need.
Yeah, so it's now 4-1, and I think that puts it in extremely dire circumstances for Pin Pals with just 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they're going to be able to come back from this, particularly of how strong the Sneaky Snakes have been looking for most of the map so far.
Well, you can always play for the next map, so they're going to try to bring some of that momentum back around as they come into this mid. Fane taking quite a bit of damage, managing to get out. And we're just going to be watching a bit of a fight here. They do look far more aggressive on the Pin Pals this time than we've been seeing recently. So we might see them able to do something here. They picked up a couple players, including Matt, which is quite good for them. There's not really a hell of a lot happening otherwise, though. It's just sort of scrappy fight after scrappy fight.
I'm really surprised by that, actually. Like, it does seem that like most of these mids have been really drawn out. Oh, looks like this might be a last chance. Shiva gets cleaned up before he gets to land. Yeah, I'm surprised. Most of these mids have been pretty scrappy, have been long and drawn out, and it always ends up with 2 scouts sitting on the med at the end, cleaning up the rest of the players.
I mean, that's kind of exactly what you want. If you're going to take those scrappy fights, it's just keeping up your scouts and your med there. We do have a Huntsman Sniper, which I do love to see.
Yeah, he was on his Luxman for a little bit. On full ad into last though, it's that risky play though. You know, it's funny when you kill someone, but it may not save you from losing the round.
I mean, honestly, there are a few things I love more than a Huntsman frag, so I'm hoping it works out. But he has swapped back off. He's back on Soldier, picks up Fane nice and early. As the push comes on through. The Uber did get used. It's looking fairly good for the Sneaky Snakes here. They're getting a bit of time on the point. There is a Pyro on that right side that does finally get cleaned up. Does pick up Rohan, though, and that's going to be that. It is 5-1.
Yeah, I think Matt was none for 7 off of his pipe back on that last point there. But it didn't really matter in the end. They managed to... Time runs out, and Sneaky Snakes takes the map.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's still 2 minutes left, but it is a foregone conclusion, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, the sound in the production's a little odd on our end. So yeah, 2 minutes left. It'll probably just be like another mid or so.
Rico's going in.
We'll have to.
He's had enough.
Can Sneaky Snakes turn this into their 5-0 difference that they were talking about?
Yeah, look. Yeah, Rico, there was 2 minutes left on the clock. They can't win the map, but they're going to try and humiliate them on the way out.
I mean, they absolutely have to. Varna actually managing... Okay, never mind. I was going to say managing to survive the mid, but he goes back in for another dose, and he does collect it.
Yeah, look, I don't know whether they're going to try and get one more round, or they're just going to chill and play it out. Varna's still dead at the moment. He's dead for quite a while, actually, so they're going to build up sizable ad. may try and just get another round. I mean, I think it'd be good for them. They take that momentum into the next map, keep the streak going. Yeah, no reason not to as well. So looks like they're going to give it a go.
Demoralise them a little more heading into your second map of the best of 3. I mean, you're absolutely cheering about that one.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like Vanna's in quite a precarious spot at the moment. The combo's coming in. They don't have Uber yet, but they're stuck in OT. Yeah, quite an interesting situation at the moment, but kills are being exchanged right now. Redcoat's really low at the top there. He's on 26 HP. Yeah, really scrappy fight. Really bizarre position. Vanna's still alive, I'm surprised. On the mid though, Fane gets a kill. Vanna's going down. Uber's coming up in just a second. And Shoop is the last one alive.
Bro, Fane basically waddled in to kill the med there. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was such a chaotic fight. Looks like Shoop is not going to get much out of this. No, he doesn't get anything. Yeah, it was such a chaotic fight that they weren't able to keep track of the soldiers, and Fane managed to slip behind, come out a bit later when they weren't expecting, and yeah, managed to get onto Vanna very cleanly.
Yeah, but in these last few dying moments, we do see Matt get used on. He doesn't actually pick anyone up with it, but he's pushing straight on through that lobby area. They've got the sticks on the point. It's 10 seconds left on the clock. Are they going to be able to cap? That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The timer runs out after they cap, and the map goes 6-1 to Sneaky Snakes.
Yeah, pretty convincing, really. Elmo was expecting a difference like this, and they were able to, show why he was able to make that prediction.
Yeah.
I think that going into map 2, they might just have to take a little break, pull themselves back together, because they've definitely got it within them. They've had their moments. They were looking good. They just need to turn them into rounds.
Yeah, I mean, look, they definitely were giving it a red hot crack. The good old college try, as some may say. But yeah, we'll have to see how they go. So I think we're going to throw it off to the other desk from the sounds of things.
Yep.
Or no, we're actually going to a break. So stay tuned in. We certainly won't be long.
Gear forward!
I think was really good. Like 4-1 in the side of Sneaky Snakes, where they got the W essentially on the process. But coming up to Gullywash, I think on the side of for that game as well, I think overall it was pretty close at times. But then most of the time as well, it looked like Sneaky Snakes sort of had control. Lost a lot of the mid fights as well. Sneaky Snakes sort of dominated. It's just probably near that rear end of that match where Pim Powell's got some mid fight wins. But overall, I think Sneaky Snakes performed really well on this map.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you get win diffed in a tournament like this, especially when, you know, both teams on paper look so evenly matched, it really can put, you know, some bad thoughts into your mindset going into the second map. So 6-1 for those of you who are just joining the stream.
4-1.
4-1, sorry. My bad. 4-1 to Sneaky Snakes on that first map. That was CP Process. And now we go to Gullywash.
Yeah, I think
very, very different map.
Gullywash is going to be really interesting, and I definitely think we'll see more of this, like, I guess more flanking in a way, because you got that drop down, you can definitely cut people off when they're retreating. But obviously, Pim Pal's obviously dropping that first map there. I think coming into Gullywash, probably, you know, fresh, you know, not, I guess they wouldn't be too mad about the first loss win, but I think Gullywash, I feel like they can definitely perform, and potentially we could see a third map coming, but we have to see as well with Sneaky Snakes, seeing what they can do. Obviously, Sam actually had some really nice shots as well.
Sam did really well in that sniper class.
But it'll be interesting to see what Sneaky Snakes does on Gullywash, see if we can just close it out there and obviously get into that grand final. But yeah, very keen to see what they do on Gullywash, and I'm very keen to see if Pin Pals can force out a third map decider on Bagel.
Well, it just looked like that the soldiers from Sneaky Snake were just getting so much room for free, and then you just have the scouts of Memories and Elmo just cleaning house, like literally, like 6, 7 kill streaks. I think someone got close to 10 as well in one of the rounds.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Memories and Elmo will perform really well on that process.
They've been performing well this entire
yeah, for the whole map. But also Fane and Rohan on that soldier besides Sneaky Snakes doing some really good damage and cleanup as well from what Matt was inputting out. I was downstairs as well. I think Matt was probably one of the more vocal players on that side of what you call Sneaky Snakes. But then again as well, he is quite one of the more hype sort of players, so definitely able to give the team some energy and coming into these rounds. But yep, Gullywash, obviously new map, new game, see what happens. Hopefully we can see a map already, who knows? But
I hope so.
I think, look, Sneaky Snakes, seeing how they're performing now, potentially we could close out in a 2-0 fashion. However, I feel like it will be close no matter what. Despite the scoreline, even the first one was like a 4-1. I feel like Sneaky Snakes on Gullywash, I think it will be a lot closer. It is, I guess, the mid is it is quite high, but then again, it is also, I guess, you have to fight so on that high platform.
There are a lot of different options
Yeah.
on Gullywash mid. I mean, on process, there aren't really that many. You have your 3 sides basically.
Yeah.
But there are so many different more options on Gullywash. We could see quite a few players playing that unders area,
Yeah,
but underneath
definitely.
the point, trying to get a few cheeky kills there, going up either drop downs or just really aggressing the Demerman on either side of the mid.
I think definitely as well, looking at it as, the general rollout as well, see which team gets as much spam onto the med. And speaking of which, I believe the game we've gone live, so we're going to throw to our casters right now. Snazzy and Avo, take it away.
The game is just coming underway now. I believe it's popping up on your screens shortly, ladies and gentlemen.
As we
Perfect.
move into the mid part of Gullywash. Red team taking their own side and seeing what they do here. Playing a very passive mid, it seems like. Losing 3, they're backing out of there right away. Just trying to keep their medic alive, but surviving on 9 health barely. No, it does go down eventually. And that's going to be a significant advantage for Sneaky Snakes. It's just what they want out of the first mid part of the game.
Yeah, so as they take that one, I mean, that's good because they're coming into this with a map win under their belt already. So they're definitely looking to turn this one into a nice, easy 2-0 on maps because it is a best of 3. But Camille up on Spy nice and early.
Yeah, hoping to keep the momentum. Camille seeing if they can throw a wild card into the mix. Maybe even out the Uber situations. As Redcoat sticking up the point, sticking up River. Just want to keep that last point on lockdown. Camille does unfortunately get found out. And that might have been their last wildcard attempt as the blue team is pushing down now. Pyro denying, but does get cleaned up by Matt. Uber coming in, fading on the left-hand side. Still on low ground now.
Yeah, Matt finally getting a bow. He's coming through onto that upper right
Massive
side.
damage.
Huge damage, picking up players. There's a few of them down, and it's looking really good for Sneaky Snakes, who managed to secure the round. Do they not?
Clean round wind right off the bat. Just clinical TF2. Get the med on mid, and then roll it into last with the Uber ad. Doing fat damage and fat pipes, and his team able to play the point to secure that round.
Absolutely. For anyone tuning in who's unaware, by the way, my name is Snazzy, or the Lampshade 22, and with me is Avo as we come into this next mid. We didn't get time to introduce ourselves before it kicked off, but it's looking pretty good. The mid is going along. Shupa picking up Miramu and Memories. It's basically an entirely wiped team on the side of the Sneaky Snakes. Pin Pals absolutely must be happy with that mid.
Yeah, just really perfect mid.
Yeah.
Old already moving into the last point. Just putting up the pressure on spawns.
Yeah, they're absolutely getting that pressure on nice and early. They do pick up Matt as well, which is going to give them a much easier way into the last there. No traps to worry about. Elmo working on getting that gun up, but he's not even using the jag, man. He's an old-fashioned man.
Yeah. Just applying the pressure now, building out that Uber, just about to get 100%. Look like they're going to go from lower main. And in they come, trying to spam Matt back into spawn. They're not targeting the sentry gun yet. It does eventually go down. The Sticky's on point, desperately rushing. Heavy's up, but he's getting spammed out heavily.
I mean, Elmo up on heavy, but he's been doing so much damage on that class, and it's actually a wipe on the push. They have to be happy with that. I mean, they've cleaned up everyone in a very short order, and they're able to push straight back out to that second point, which is, I mean, this is good because they were on the back foot, foot for a second.
Yeah, that's about as good as it can go from having full Uber disc, but able to hold it on last point with the heavy, doing significant work as they move through choke now, seeing what they can get. They do have massive Uber ad, but no. Memories does get dropped. I don't know if that was just some miscoordination there, thinking they're going to go in, maybe scout a bit too ahead of the meta combo, but they are trying to bust in now. It does look like the Uber comes out as the bomb choke.
Yeah, they've bombed straight on through there into that middle point. Quite a bit of damage there, but they're pushing straight on through that big door area. There's a scout behind. He's looking like he might get cleaned up, which he does. Camille managing to pick that one up, and it's actually looking... it's pretty good for the pin pals here, I think.
Yeah. Able to neutralize the Uber and then push back into mid.
Yeah, so as they push straight back in here with a little bit of ad even, they're pretty happy with it. They've cleaned up that middle point, but we're just waiting to see if they're able to turn that one into a nice, quick round win. They are sending Fane straight through that drop-down area, though. He does get caught out, unable to cause any frags to happen. So it's 1 for 1, Sam for Fane. But with this Uber ad here, it does look like they actually have used straight through that choke into that second area. They're doing everything they can to turn this one into a nice, clean last push, but they're unable to actually turn that one into like enough frags or anything to really make it happen. Memory's cleaning up Shupa on the back end of that fight, and it's actually looking rather good for the Sneaky Snakes. They're throwing themselves in there since they've lost their med. I think I might have lied to our dear viewers when I said they weren't able to make much happen with that Uber.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's a pretty good fight for Sneaky Snakes. I thought it was for Pin Pals, sorry. I thought it was much better for Sneaky Snakes.
Yeah, they're able to turn that to their advantage as they try and poke through the doors on the midpoint as their team is rolling out with heals. It's not looking like they're going to get in just for the player disadvantage and now Uber disadvantage with Pin Pals having 60% ad. They just need to hold their ground as not let anyone sneak into the second point and try and sack their medic or take it away.
Oh, yeah, totally. However, I mean, look, there's only been one round so far. It's looking pretty good for Pin Pals as they push in here. They do have a gargantuan advantage. So if they can get themselves in here and maybe, clean up Elmo a little earlier if he comes up on heavy, something like that, they might be able to turn it around.
He's up on the engineer now. Bulldozer level 2 on the left-hand side is attempting to go spammed. Does get put down as the Uber comes in, locking them out of the right-hand spawn, making them rotate. If they can get some point time, this will be really powerful, which they do. Spam on the point, locking them up, and the round goes their way. Just a really clinical mid last push there.
Man, that was actually a really good round. I mean, they didn't even have to worry about Elmo being on heavy because they kept them all in spawn just long enough and actually played that point a little bit earlier to make it happen, eh?
Really perfectly done. As we go into the third mid-fight of the game on 1-1.
1-1 is where we love to see it. I mean, Pin Pals picked up a round a little bit earlier than they did last time. We're seeing a little bit of fighting over the nipple of the point there. Not a lot going on. Fane looking like he's ready to go for a bomb. He has been seen, though. He bombs now. He's been getting some big ones so far.
Oh!
Holy cow, it's looking great for Pin Pals. It's only Matt and Miramu left. Miramu now the only one remaining. He's having a run for his absolute life, but I think he may have fled far enough, at least as far as I can tell.
I mean, a med kill would be the best thing, but I think the next best thing is killing everyone else so they've got no one to build Uber with.
Oh, I mean, and they even pick up Miramu.
Oh, they do.
Lord.
We spoke too soon. I guess that counts as a wipe. They got everyone, and now they have full Uber ad.
I can't even imagine how they picked up Miramu there. That's absolutely intense. Redcoat picking up Rohan and Elmo in very short order in that big door area. So we're going to have to see how this goes as they look like they really want to push in. I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just all the cards are in your favor now. Just taking the ground. The Uber does come into the last point. Fane cleaning up people on the flank, jumping around, trying to waste time with the Uber. Jumps in the health pack, but all the damage is on the point and in the spawns, and it's just not going to be enough. Still locked in the spawns. Jumping out now. Fat rockets going out. Good mid shots. People trying to play the point and stop the point, and it's just a bit of a chaos scrap fight here as damage is going out in every direction, and they do eventually get the round.
Yeah, Sam finally managing to cap that one, and now they're actually up a round for the first time that we've seen in this best of 3.
Excellent work. Maybe Gullywash was just their map. been putting the extra work and scrims on it, and it's looking like it's paying off.
Oh yeah, man. They've definitely been preparing for this one for their whole lives. You know, everything's led up to this moment. Does look like Matt wants to take their side on the side of Sneaky Snakes though, so they're getting straight up onto that side. Ult picking up the first frag, taking out Fane. A lot of damage onto the blue medic. Oh my lord, Miramu does finally go down. Redcoat able to pick him up with a pipe there. Matt, the only one really left fighting. Memory is still caught in the backside. He's doing everything he can to try to pull a frag out of this one.
Dodging
make
and weaving.
It worth it, but he's not looking like he's going to be able to do much from that lower area. He's on 60 health. I think that's probably it. They appear to have lost him though.
He's ring around the rosy.
They do finally pick him up, and that is essentially a wipe over the course of that mid. And now the Pin Pals, I mean, they're going to be riding high after that one. They've got massive ad that they're taking into second now.
Yeah, just taking the point, seeing what ground they can do. There is a sniper up in river. Elmo doing 150 damage, put a shot to a soldier, but they're just rushing min, seeing they can spam him out. He's walking forward, he's going for a hero shot, does eventually get cleaned up. Redcoat dropping down, looking like they want to go lobby now. Soldier trying to see if he can get the force, does actually pick up Redcoat. That's a very good trade, taking out demo before last point, but unfortunately the cards are still so stacked in their favor that 100% Uber, they can still go into that demo, even though it is Gullywash. The Uber does come in onto the point, Ult coming up through water, just getting lots of point time as the Uber's on the point, just mulching anyone that dares go near it. Cleaning up mid-shot after mid-shot.
However, it's looking very, very dangerous. Sneaky Snake's actually managing to pick up pretty much every player. It's only Redcoat alive, the spawner. Varna did manage to flee, though, which is that's kind of ideal. They are staring down the barrel of full disadvantage on the side of Pin Pals, but I think, I mean, it might have been a slightly rushed push, but they couldn't afford to hang around too long, hey?
No, absolutely not. And they are pushing out now, but we see a spy on last. If they don't get this second point, it could be a free round.
Oh, dude, Shupa, do it.
I did see Rohan on the last point. Oh, they were ready for it.
They were totally ready for it.
They had their asses prepared.
However, as much as that Uber did come through and cause some major problems, I was about to say Varna did survive. He did not. So it's still looking pretty good for the Sneaky Snakes. They are capping their second back now, which is very good to see for them. And they're going to be able to roll about a 50% ad, I think, forward. A bit more, actually.
Yeah, it's looking like that as they push into the midpoint now, jumping in to make some space and clear out the corners, taking their ground confidently and seeing if they can lock them. Sam is on sniper, picking from Big Door, does surf away. They have been spotted and just going to see if they can lock down Choke or Big Door. Does get a scout pick, body shot 122, not too shabby. Just locking down that Big Door area, making sure wherever they show their heads, they know they're in danger. Want to force them to use as they come in.
Yeah, they come through. Headshot. Matt goes down as well. Ult able to pick that one up. That's going to absolutely stuff that push up as they just get Uber. Rohan goes in for a bomb, does end up dying to Camille there. It's looking pretty good for the Pin Pals now.
Sam picking very wide in Baby Door. Tags the scout for 50. They must be carrying behind the boxes now. He's got the mid pinned behind the boxes. Bounces up and the force comes out. Brilliant coordination there as Sam will eventually go down. Elmo beefing a little bit. Pulls out the Boston Basher. 2 hits. Bleed. How is he still alive? Does eventually go down.
Elmo dying for Sam there. Matt does pick up Shupa as well. It's actually looking great for the Pin Pals here. They do have that full Uber, but I'm absolutely certain they don't want to use it here. They do end up getting forced, but they're looking like they're picking up just enough players to make it kind of worth it to them. They are capping that middle point, but there are players behind them on the second there, which is it's darn dangerous. I mean, I've been back-capped on this one.
Yeah, one too many times, myself included, but Redcoat doing a good job of locking out the chokes, just trying to force that mid-cap so there's no danger left behind, and they might just be able to steam forward here.
Yeah, it's definitely some really scrappy fighting going on, I think. But look, I'm pretty confident that Varna will be building this as hard as he can. Actually, I've lied. They're looking like they want to push that one straight on through the big door.
Not waiting for anything, just walking straight in. And it's not like they had to, because Snaky Snakes just hanging out in river. They do get the demo pick. Redcoat maybe being a bit too aggressive. They're jumping up, expecting them to be gone, but no, they were still there, cleaning them up. Big bomb coming in.
The drop!
Oh, massive work from Shupa there.
Shupa managing to drop Miramu as they're pushing into the last. They pick up pretty much every single player. It is only Rohan and Fane that are ready to defend. Fane kind of getting stuffed up there. Oh, bombing for the point.
Yeah.
They got that player on the last point. There's no spawners alive. It was just Rohan. That is it. They're 2 rounds up.
Amazing work there. That bomb and that drop was just inconsequential to that round. Absolutely steamrolling it in, and they have to be feeling pretty good now. 2 rounds up. with 17 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely cheering, especially considering on the last map. I mean, it was 6-1 in the end.
Yeah.
So Pinpal's absolutely happy with this one. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going. Fane getting some ground on that point, but not really making a lot happen so far. The rest of the team does push forward, though. They get pushed off onto that low ground. Absolutely tragic for the Pinpals. They have lost their med, but they picked up quite a few players. It's just Memories and Rohan left, trying to make this one happen. Shupar down, pardon me, very, very low. So is Camille, but Memories finally goes down. It is a wipe. They lost their med, but they gain the midpoint.
Exactly. They, in the position they're in, they're going to be happy with that anyway. Puts 1 foot forward. Sam going back for the med, going to try and build that Uber out, but it's looking like it's just going to be evens.
Evens is okay, I think. If you're Pinpals, I mean, like I said, they're running that momentum. They're running that momentum forward, trying to make things happen. So, I mean, I think they're happy here because it's very hard to push into this midpoint without
definitely
some sort of definable advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, and these players at this skill level aren't going to make any mistakes. They know every trick in the book, and they're going to be not letting anyone sneak through drop down or no corner hiders above big door. They're going to be ready for anything as they just build out these Ubers, and then maybe expect to see some sacks, or they might just try take a trade in the position they're in. You know, they're 2 rounds up, they can afford to be risky like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's still 15 minutes on the clock, so they're probably slightly content to sort of park things up a little bit, but it looks like they're pretty keen on that big door area. They've brought their med around, they've got their demo there, and they look like they want to try to get through, make something happen. Schuper getting a nice big deep bomb, does end up backing out. No major issues there.
Yeah,
just trying to see where everyone is.
They're just trying to spam, get some damage, and give Schuper an opportunity to maybe do a fat speed shot in, see if he can get a force, as the soldiers watch choke.
It's pretty standard TF2 stalemate stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just happy to be in this position and let Sneaky Snakes take the risks.
I mean, I can absolutely understand why they'd be wanting to do that. Yeah, I mean, look, there's really not a lot to talk about here. I'm very impressed with how Pinpals have been playing this so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially coming back from the loss on the last map, they're showing that they're not going to give up yet, and they want to take this to the third map.
Yeah, the first frags in a while. It was a trade Elmo for Alt. I think that is actually favouring Pinpals just a little bit. I mean, having Elmo down, that gives you a lot of room to push in here. There is a soldier behind, takes a nice big rocket. Is he going to get the midi? No, not quite, but Shupar picks up Rohan at the tail end of that one. The fight keeps going, though. We see that it's very scrappy. Both Ubers have been used. Varna actually has died, I think. Unfortunately, our production PC is a little bit average on the caster's end over here, so we're sort of unable to see what's happening. But it does look like the Sneaky Snakes are looking quite confident as they push back into the middle here. Just a couple of players left, and they're able to sort of wander that one straight on through. So, Sneaky Snakes are actually getting very, very aggressive. Nice and deep, I think, into... oh no, they're going back into their second. What am I thinking? There was a player behind dragging them back. They're finally coming into the middle now. They are able to get that point from the looks of things, and there's been players thrown at them from every single angle.
Chaos.
Absolute chaos, but it does look like they've come out on the top end of that one. 3 players down, including Demo, Sheeran. Sam's up on NG, so I think it was probably an intentional play from Pinpals anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Just back to the last hold. Salty Snake's going to see if they can get around into this.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to tell what's happening really super well, but it looks like we're going to see a river push straight on through. They're probably just buffing their soldiers up, and then they're going to send them through. Never mind, the scout, the demo are in the Uber.
Sentry gun.
The sentry gun's there. The air blast from Camille as well to take out Memories in the midst of the Uber. Drop that player. That is actually fantastic for the Pinpals.
Just hard to deny, you know, the sentry gun, I don't know if it got spotted or not, but it did massive work shutting down that Uber. The combination of the knockback from the sentry gun and the air blast from the pyro just completely sent them back into river, and they're not really able to get anything with it. And now it's massive ad for Pinpals. Going to see if they can push out onto the second point. Shipper jumping through, making space.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of space in that upper point area. They have picked up Fane and Rohan. That's both soldiers down for Sneaky Snakes. They're finally starting that cap now. It looks like they're happy to play this one a little bit conservatively, but they definitely want to be using this Uber like soonish.
It's not going to be ad forever.
Yeah.
Hard building on Sneaky Snakes already at 75%. They've got to get going with this if they want to make it work.
Yeah, Redcoat picking up Elmo, giving them even more entry, but look, I think they're going to have to start calling this even Ubers, and I think they seem pretty aware of that, although they're very keen on that big door area yet again. Uber does get used. The fight still going on. Both Ubers are staring at each other. The red Uber finally fades, and they've still got some positional advantage. They're able to get quite a few frags, but the frags are coming back the other way. Red coat going down. It's looking fine for the Sneaky Snakes. Pinpal's looking like they're in a little bit of danger, losing that scout there as well. Just the soldier and the medic. The soldier down very, very low, doing everything he can to stop his medic from dying. Alt doing everything he can at that choke there. Finally able to make it happen. He's able to get his medic out, and it's actually looking like they want to fight yet again. Sneaky Snakes looking like they want to push straight on through. They pick up Shupa, they pick up Varna. It's fantastic for the Sneaky Snakes.
What an absolute scrappy fight, and Ult doing massive work there just to get his mate alive and out of choke, but it's not looking like it's going to matter because they're just pushing to mid and clean up everyone but Camille anyway. And I think Camille might have been a spawner there, but just a fantastic push from Sneaky Snakes to get the midpoint under their name.
Yeah,
We do.
Shupa up on Sniper though. He's watching that big door area. We'll have to see if they push that way. It would be lovely for him if he hit that shot. But unfortunately, he's back spawned. He's gone back to Soldier. So they're just going that cookie cutter lineup. 40% Uber on him. I think they're a bit worried on the second point there where they've pushed in on the side of Sneaky Snakes. Redcoat up in that upper area though, playing a dangerous game. Does finally get the beam on, and it looks like he's just going for a sack. Or he's fighting. He doesn't care.
Damage. Yeah, I guess that was just a sack. It was quite strange though, because now they're at 90% Uber. They've been hard building, but Sneaky Snakes pushing into the last point already through main. Looks like they've put them a bit of guard. The Uber does eventually come out, but there's no sentry guns or pyros or heavies to deal with this time. Just pulling them back into spawn, running around. They need to get their players in now before the spawners come up. It's just a bit of a scrappy scout v scout on the top right-hand side there. Memory's eventually going down as the rest of the team comes in, putting out good spam, and Matt will have to back off.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually a crazy good defense from Pinpals there, all things considered. Like, that was kind of a gone last as far as it goes. But they somehow managed to pull that one out by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, I was confused why Sneaky Snakes was taking so long to get second and then pushing the last there. They had a bit of Uber advantage, but maybe their slowness cost them the round there because Red Team were just able to get their spawners up and hold off the last point. And now we're seeing even Uber situation again in the lobby. Fane going in for a big bomb, trying to get some good damage and a good pick in our river.
Yeah, I mean, picking up Shupa there, that's definitely good. Camille on Heavy and Ult on Pyro, though, they're ready to... game to play when you sort of stalemate the last for as long as possible. But it looks like they're looking to make it happen. They picked up Rohan, who came in for a sack, really unable to make anything happen. There's just too many off classes.
Yeah, really difficult to sack into a Pyro at the best of times and then a Heavy at the best of times. Put them together, it's a very strong defense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the only thing they could possibly do to make it even stronger is like maybe throw an NG into the mix. Why not?
Well, no one would want to make it that hellish for Sneaky Snakes.
No.
We do see the Rohan Spire coming up now. Gonna disguise and cloak through the main. Hopefully there's no spam there. Does get in clean to the last, but Pyro is going to make it very difficult. They do look like they're spy checking, just in case there is a spy, which there is, but he's just going to sneak around, being the Sneaky Snake, into river, up the stairs. Pyro is checking the other area. Does unfortunately get cleaned up by Shupa there. It's an unfortunate situation. You can't cloak forever, so you have to pick the right time to go, and the enemy team looked ready for the spy, and he just got cleaned up.
Yeah, it seemed like Ult knew it was happening. He was looking around, flaming everything that moved. Yeah. He does finally go down. Elmo able to pick him up, and that was a
back cap.
What happened there?
I think back up. Our screen was on the complete opposite thing, but the round just ended.
Okay, well there you go. So now it's 2-3. They managed to get that back cap to turn it around, and they've got the momentum on their side now in terms of Sneaky Snakes. So as we come into this mid, we'll have to see if they play a little bit more aggressively or something.
Yeah, just want to keep that momentum alive. Getting around once you're 2 rounds down, it adds some wind to the sails. Gives you a bit more power. They are still on the low ground, which isn't perfect, but they are walking forward with pace, trying to get up. Big bomb, shutting them down. It was they lose Rohan and are just kind of all inning now. Soldiers going in, getting denied by Sam. Just holding them out. Fane, 5 health above, does eventually go down. And Elmo, the last one left, cleaned up. It's a full wipe, and Ult throwing out the taunt. Laughing Soldier.
I mean, Ult must be happy with that one because they've kept Varna alive as well. So now they've got full ad, which they're probably going to be able to use to push into last. We see Ult taking a bit of ground on that second area nice and early. Just trying to keep him out so the rest of his team can follow through and collect that point, I think.
Yeah, Rohan getting bullied back as they are going to take the second point, still with 100% Uber ad.
They have a heavy.
Oh, here we go.
They're doing a heavy push.
Heavy push.
I love a heavy push.
The classic LAN experience. Heavy versus Centric. We'll see who can win.
I have to admit, I don't love a heavy push on this map.
It can be really strong. Get them in through balcony, and once the Ubers are faded, and just rain down bullets. Ga-boom. Ga-boom. All soldiers dropping down. They do know about the heavy. Does get cleaned up. So now they've got the information.
That was very quick, so Rohan might not have been able to call it.
I think he would have seen, but yeah, maybe he's just calling Metrogati, and ignore the heavy in the heat of the moment. Heavy is coming in now as the Ubers get push in, bullying him into spawn as the Sentry goes down. Counter Uber does come out, so they were able to hard build that Uber, so it's not an advantage. Heavy getting cleaned up, not the success they were hoping for from the Russian man. The counter Heavy going down too.
Bit of heavy on heavy action for a second there, but it's actually looking really good for Pin Pals. They've got quite a few players left alive. They've wiped them, and they've brought themselves back to that 2-round advantage.
So many cracks on the point, just one after the other, and eventually Emma was the last one standing to get cleaned up, and the round goes their way.
Yeah, I'm a bit impressed here. I mean, there's only, about, I think, 6 minutes remaining on the clock there. Pin Pal's pretty happy with the 2-round ad with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, they're sitting on a comfortable pillow, so to speak, as the soldiers play around, seeing what they can play off the damage. Walking forward now, getting good damage on scouts, massive damage on scouts. As the soldier bombs come in, cleans up one scout. It's 2-2, even players here in the mid-fight, just a scrappy fight as Camille does eventually go down. But then so does Memories. Massive pipes from Redcoat cleaning up too. It's just Matt and Miramu, and they're already out. Redcoat's going to see if he can trap them off, maybe trap lower. Would be huge if they backed up, but
he's so keen.
Oh, he's so keen! Massive pipes! What a perfect pipe. That was like 3D chess. It's like, you're going to leave river, so I'm going to trap lowers. No, you're trapping lowers, we're going to go baby doll. But his pipe salvaged everything in the end. Massive work there, and it's going to be 100% Uber ad for Varna, and Pin Pals, another successful mid-fight for them.
Yeah, man, Redcoat's got to be absolutely chuffed with that one, man.
Yeah.
I mean, collecting the med there, that's putting them in a spot where I think they could pretty confidently say they might be able to push this one in and turn it into another round.
Yeah.
Boothby Schuper walking through to that big door with the rest of his team. They're looking like they want to push it on in, but they're playing pretty safe at that choke area. They don't want to get forced here. I think they're really quite keen to save the Uber for the last push.
Yeah, that Uber is their golden ticket to another round win, and 3 rounds up with this little time on the clock, you would be feeling very comfortable taking it to the third map, and that's a comeback story and a half after losing 6-1 on the last one. They do get the Uber coming out, forcing in, but they do trade 3 plays for it as well. Going to see what they can salvage in lobby, but no, Sneaky Snakes has already evacuated the area. The second point is going down. They still have the player ad. It's looking like Redcoat might just want to take a dry fight. Heavy comes up, spamming them down. Good damage on the Heavy, but there's unfortunately no one there to spam him, and he's just being perma-tanked by the beam, and a 450 Russian man is a 450 HP Russian man with a minigun is a dangerous thing to take down, so unsuccessful push. 100% Uber out for Sneaky Snakes, looking like they're going to try and take it out of lobby. Busting through now.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tragic. Like that, using that Uber on second was absolutely rough for the Pin Pals, but the Uber does come out of the Sneaky Snakes. They haven't actually been able to pick up anything particular.
And Schuper sneaking behind.
They actually lose Matt. And there's Schuper on the last point. There's another player on the last point.
Fat Rocket.
Oh, my Lord.
I've never seen the cap time that close.
Dude, that's so small.
Yeah, holy smokes.
And it's only 3 players left alive on Sneaky Snakes. If they push this like kind of urgently,
and they've got full ad
careful,
too.
I think they're pretty happy with this one. They only have to sneeze on that point to cap it. They've got a scout on it.
There they go. Bless you, and a cap is achieved.
Dude, he just got Ubered straight through, and then it just faded when he touched the point.
Perfectly
that
timed.
was all it took.
Yeah, perfectly timed. Now Sneaky Snakes are going to have to seriously change something up on their mid-fights if they still want to.
Mathematically possible to cap 2 rounds with 3 minutes left on the clock?
It is. On Gullywash it is. There are very fast caps. If you do it right, you can. We are having a bit of technical lag on our production side here right before the mid-fight, so we can't really see what's happening.
I can't really tell you what's going on at all, but I can give you the advice that it's going to be good.
Yes, keep your eyes peeled.
It's certainly going to be good. It looks like the OBS may have caught itself just a little bit there. Indeed, OBS looking like it really dislikes what's going on. We can see what's happening on a
radio
different
car,
PC over
moving
here.
over to a different monitor. Uber coming into the last point. Elmo is on sniper. It might be throw central over here as the Uber comes in. 2 players left up.
There we go.
Horn kill maybe? No, this round's looking a bit grim. Okay.
So now Pinpals up 6-2 on their second map
Yes.
here. 2 minutes left on the clock, so they're totally comfortable. They can say, yes, we are going to the third map. We're gonna play these guys on Bagel. So it's looking pretty good for them. 2 minutes left on the clock though. If they can get that, I mean, golly, if they got the mercy rule on the second map here, if they got the 5th, round difference here, they get quite a bit of damage on their med nice and early though. Fane taking him out, and indeed most of their team has been wiped. It's really only Schuper and Camille. Camille going down, just Schuper. He's, I think he's doing his darndest to sort of stay alive, popping straight up through that bottom area there, but not really able to make anything happen with it.
Yeah. I mean, getting around would be good for your mental going into the third map, but another thing, like with this point in the clock, it might just be to be like reset. We lost this map, that's all right. We'll just take a breather, not get too stressed, not get too flustered over it, and just reset your mental for the second map.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense to sort of reset a little bit, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I think Pinpals are probably quite keen to make another round happen, but maybe a little too over keen as they push into that lobby area there.
Sniper Uber.
Oh, he's even running the Huntsman, so it'd be lovely to see if he got the frag.
Yeah, we have some group keep battles going on here. 360 headshot? No, it does get cleaned up.
Elmo does actually get a kill onto Sam there,
Okay.
and picks up Camille right before the tail end of that one. And now it's 6-3, 40 seconds left on the clock. I think we'll get one mid-fight out of the deal, and that's going to be it. But what a showing from Pinpals.
Yeah,
hey?
absolutely. Coming back from a 6-1 victory, it was great to see. We do have the medic running Spider Med. I mean, what else are you going to do? And there's 30 seconds left on the clock. You see a Huntsman sniper, any other silly gimmicks?
I'm not seeing anything particularly out there. We do see Schuper on sniper as well. Sam picking up Elmo with a headshot, but yeah, like we said, I mean, this is sort of almost dead time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's grim when your medic's gone spy,
Yeah.
trying to get a med pick on the enemy med.
of course, I mean, it'd be rude not to. So it's a bit of a rough one, I think, but just one of them things, hey?
Yeah, I suppose so. As the round map does crawl to a conclusion, 3-6 in the end. Fantastic work from Pinpals, holding it out there.
Yeah, totally. I mean, look, they have to be absolutely happy with that one, I think. But I believe we will be throwing to a quick break. In the meantime, you can finally get a chance to look at us.
Here we are. We went all out for this cast, and we appreciate the opportunity to show it off. But what a game.
What a game, yeah. No, that was actually a really good one. But yes, I believe we'll be throwing to a quick break, and then we'll be back with some analysis.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We won't be long.
For the best of 3, it's going to be a good one.
Oh, it is.
Now we're moving on to Gullywash Bagel as the decider.
Gullywash.
So this will be interesting. We'll see what happens. I think from what we saw on Gully as well, for the side of Pinpals.
I mean,
Sam, Schuper, Redcoat, all
Sam,
actually
Schuper,
played really well.
and Redcoat
Yeah.
absolutely popping it off.
Yeah,
Or popping off here at the GIC Esports Arena
they played
down here in
really
Melbourne.
well.
Yeah, they were incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's any way that they get back in this series, that is the way to do it. And now I'm sure they have so much confidence going into
Coming to
this
this
final
decider
map.
as well, and it is Bagel and it is a cough map, so a lot different obviously compared to your 5 CP.
Yes.
And then now, I think for here, we should probably look at seeing what happens on the mid. Obviously, now we're seeing Redcoat on Pinpal. Obviously, he's, I think, definitely matching up to Tay. And then if we match them into Bagel, I think we just focus on the demos, watch how they exchange damage. But I think mainly focus on will probably be the soldiers, see what Alt Schuper on the side of Pinpals can do, and the side of Fane and Rohan. I think it will be really interesting to see what the soldiers get up to.
I have absolutely no idea how this map's going to go.
We definitely have a map on our hand as well, and I feel
No
like this
clue.
one it might actually be close, maybe not. We'll see what happens. I mean, these maps we've seen so far the score says otherwise. It's like 4-1, 6-3, Pinpal and 6-3, and then 4-1 to Sneaky. They may look really bad, but I mean, overall the rounds were kind of close. They were, battling out. It was pretty well fought by both
It's
teams.
not like Sneaky Snakes were making that many mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, they were playing well, but they weren't playing great.
Yeah.
They weren't playing at the exceptional level that Pin Pals were.
But then again as well, Pin Pals did
Gullywash.
pick Gully, and there must have been a reason
Yeah.
behind it. So, and clearly it worked out in their favor. We're obviously just waiting for players now to learn to Bagel, and this will be an interesting map, as we mentioned at the start as well. Having that bigger skybox compared to product, so definitely keen to see what soldier bombs we can see how creative can get, like we saw on the first semi-final with Ascension on this map.
Yeah, it's also the first time that either of these two teams have played Koth this
Yeah,
LAN.
it would be. So it would be interesting to see what happens. And Bagel as well. It is a relatively new map in a way of seasons. It was in Oswald just for a little bit and then got taken out from what I understand.
Yeah.
It only just came back quite recently, is that correct?
Yeah, it's been in there for a few seasons now. So
It's been in and out,
yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
So I feel like not many players they've probably all played it. It's just not as common as your product or
It's
something.
not like as ingrained as like
Yeah.
your processor, your snake waters, your
Essentially.
gully washers.
But regardless of it, I feel like these players, they're all experienced. They've definitely played this
They're
map
all
a
incredible.
few times.
But it's gonna be yeah.
I feel like they should definitely have this map basically not like Witness Gaming, like Cookie Bar, know all the flanks and stuff, but they should be pretty, I guess, organized and know like the map, flanks, choke points, everything. But yeah, I feel like this one we definitely have a game on our hands. It is a first to 3, so essentially a best of 5. So first team to get 3 points essentially wins.
Yep, and there's no room for slowing down. You
Yeah,
cannot slow down
this
on
is
the
gonna
Koth
be
map.
fast-paced.
This is gonna be intense.
We'll see who can control the pace as well. Like for example, on the side of Pin Pals, for the side of Gullywash, for example, Pin Pals basically were dictating sort of the pace of the game nearly.
Yeah.
While Sneaky were contesting them at times, but Pin Pals looked like they had most control in the very end. Regardless, they did get the win for that game. So yeah.
Well, Bagel, map 3, best of 3. Predictions quickly before we head over to our casters.
I'm gonna go 3-1 to the side of Pin Pals if they're playing how they played on Gullywash.
Yeah.
And for you?
I'm gonna have to swing the other way then. I think it's gonna be really cool. I think we go 3-2 to the Sneaky
What's the
Snakes.
memories team
But
called?
we said it's gonna be high energy. We said it's gonna be intense, and we know a couple of guys who know something about that.
Take it away.
Thank you very much. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the LAN Downunder 2022. Very close game on our hands. It's going to be an intense matchup between Sneaky Snakes and Pen Pals. I have my money on Sneaky Snakes. How about you, Abo?
I mean, for some casters playing off each other, I think I should support the other team. But I know Sneaky Snakes soldiers are just so strong. Their bombs are really, really strong, and especially on Bagel. I remember watching last season's grand finals. Just Fane did so much work on this map, and so I'm going to go for Sneaky Snakes as well.
Sneaky Snakes? Yeah, I think that's definitely the best kind of matchup that's going to be in favour for, the game overall. But, having it on Koth Bagel, with being king of the hill map, you never really know, so some teams can absolutely crumble under the pressure.
It is going to be a good one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The best of 3 in the third map. This is what they really are fighting for to get into the chance to play for the grand finals.
Yeah, it should be close. It's really, you get to this stage of the tournament where, so many teams, like, they're like almost over that finish line, but then they can sort of like just crumble under the pressure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, this could go either way right now, it being a map 3.
It's what it really comes down to, and this is what they've been fighting for and working for. To get to the grand finals of LAN. It's a massive accomplishment, and this is really what they're working for here. And what a map to finish it on. Bagel. I'm pretty sure it's only been in the Australian map pool for about 3 seasons now, so both teams have had plenty of time to scrim on it and play on it and get their tactics down pat. And we have some very experienced and good gamers in the server right now, so I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Who have you got your eyes on for this game?
As I said before, Fane on Sneaky Snakes, he's just a brilliant soldier, one of the best roamers in the country. And but the scout combo on Pin Pals, Camille and Sam can just do so much work together. They're absolutely lethal. It's like they lock onto you and boom, boom, before you know it, you're dead already. They do just put in so much work on scout. And not to mention their soldier as well. Rohan is an absolutely brilliant soldier, can do dangerous bombs, getting off lots of damage. But back to Sneaky Snakes. Matt, the demo for Sneaky Snakes is an absolutely fantastic demo. Just one of the best in the country. Can do absolutely monumental amounts of damage. Clean pipes, clean stickies. Definitely 2 gargantuan teams that will be a force to be reckoned with.
I think that's definitely a fair call. Like memories as well. I'm going to be keeping my eye on him.
Yeah.
He's like, he's a young player in terms of like age and like how old he is. But I'd almost consider memories to be a veteran of the Oz Fortress community at this. Like he has been around for some time, and he's come from the bottom of the bottom right up, and he's been playing Prem for these last couple of seasons now. It's going to be absolutely crazy with especially with Elmo as scouting with him. I think Elmo's experience on scout, like being able to support memories and with those comms, I think I really think they could take this one, but again, it could go either way.
Yeah. His memories first couple of seasons playing at that tippy top level of Prem, whereas Elmo's been there for a long time. So it's like the new young blood and old wise gamer that can put some work together. It should be a fantastic matchup, and I think what makes it more of a game than anything is both these teams really want to. Sometimes it comes down to regular season playoffs. They've been playing the same team for years and years. They're like, we're just playing for fun. But LAN, it doesn't happen very often. This is the first Australian LAN in 3 years, and so they want to win this, and it should be a fantastic matchup. That's for sure.
Yeah, with these teams, but both of them as well have had previous LAN experience, so it's actually really, really hard to call who's going to come out on top. Like, there's just great players on both sides. And, to say that one team is going to take it, easily, would just be an incorrect call to make.
I'm expecting a very close game. It's a Koth map as well. They've just played 2 5CP maps, the standard process, and then Gullywash a bit slower, a bit more important for the explosive classes, Soldier and Demoman. But I feel like Bagel is a very strong scout map. They're going to be putting in the work. And also Demo, the point caps so quickly on Bagel. You need to be ready for that. Scout's edging it. The Demo needs to be there to shut it down. And I don't know what the Soldiers, go-to strategy in Prem is. But,
it looks like we are going live right now, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the semi-final of the LAN Downunder 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Sneaky Snakes and Pin Pals. I'm going to be watching red coats on this mid. He's going in the demo. Soldier supporting him. Lots of damage out right now. Lots of players falling on the side of Sneaky Snakes. Looking really good for Pen Pals. Ult and Sam managed to pick up Rohan and Fane. Lots of action going on. And the first mid will be going to Pin Pals. Wow, that was fast, Abo.
Absolute powerful mid. Just sending all their players forward, Redco doing absolutely massive amounts of damage, pulling the team back, but the refight is already on. We're going to see one of those Fane bombs I was talking about, not just going to go up the right-hand side, bully forward, maybe getting behind. Comes flying in now, Demo Spam going over the point, as it's just a bit of a scrappy mid-fight. No Ubers into the equation. They do both have Ubers, but they're not looking like they're going to use it yet. Maybe walking forward as the trade does come out. Demo and Scout walking forward. No frags as of yet, just a scrappy fight. Circling around the point, seeing what they can get. They want to keep it under their name. The point has gone back and forth. Sam getting bullied back a little bit. Fane does go down on the flank, and their Ubers are both nil, so it's just going to be whatever damage they can do. The Super does go down, so it's even players just walking back and forth. Very happy with the point time they've got so far. Evens, and they're just going to hang back on their plat and wait for Sneaky Snacks to aggress and hopefully make a mistake, and does get brought down by Old.
Uber did come out briefly there. It was a pretty even fight, but both teams were sort of back. But now Sneaky Snakes, they've sort of the Pin Pals managed to chip off a few players, and we've got Sneaky Snakes. They've had to sort of retreat. So very good early dominance by Pin Pals. They did lose that initial point, and the recap was just excellent by them. Really, really good stuff. Now I'm going to be watching Ult here. He's going. He knows there's a soldier going around, and he almost hit something there, but not quite. That was Redcoats picking up Fane. So great job protecting the combo there. Matt sort of edged his way onto this forward side of the point here, but I think they're sort of just playing for picks. Rohan's going to pick up Ult, so you got 2 soldiers down right now, and the Uber does come out from Pin Pals, and both the exchanges here, ladies and gentlemen. The exchanges here. My goodness, Sam is going to be knocked down to 31 health, and that's a very valuable player to be out of the fight. With Camille gone, and as another scout weak, it looks like Pin Pals have had to retreat finally.
Yeah, Sneaky Snacks just going to be able to walk forward there with the weak scouts. They're getting free reign and walk forward and take the point as it goes back in their name. 2 minutes on the clock for both teams pretty much. Fane bombing forward, seeing if they can bully them out of this corner, getting massive damage, cleaning up the medic, brilliant work. Scout walking forward, going to bomb back to protect the combo, cleans them up. Soldier in, jumps away. Redcoat going down very low, is able to escape as 4 players on the Sneaky Snakes do get wiped, and Matt goes down too. So it's going to be almost full wipe for Sneaky Snakes. Pinpal's going to be very happy with that, the point under their name. And still, even times, this has been such a close game already, which is what we were expecting.
Yeah, so Schuper just going to be picking up Elmo there, and then in exchange, Fane will pick up Schuper. So a bit of a trade on the flank. Elmo is down though, so that's a crucial player. Yes, Schuper's gone, but but there's a big shot coming in from Alt there onto the medic. My goodness, that has just completely turned this fight around. Absolutely mental stuff right now. I cannot believe it. And Matt's going to be going in for a huge bomb.
Massive bomb.
And then Varda's going to be going down as well. Both medics down on both sides of the teams. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's a close game already.
Just massive work from the Soldier and Demos. Their med goes down. They're not having that go right back in for the medic kill. Amazing work. Now we're seeing a bit of a forward hold coming out from Pinpals. Don't want to let them get any ground in the world.
Yeah, very, very even trades going on here, Abo. It's stunning stuff to see. Memories is going to be dueling with the Soldier a little bit. He will pick up Schuper and Redcoats. Elmo's going to be coming in and picking up Camille as well. The Scouts on Sneaky Snakes doing so much bloody work for everyone. And the rest of the team has fallen. Sneaky Snakes take the point.
That's just perfect. That's exactly one. From getting forward holded, busting out of there, getting so much damage. 3 player picks and pulling them all the way back into their lobby and getting a point. It's absolutely splendid stuff by them.
Really, really interesting stuff so far. Pretty even times. I'm expecting that Sneaky Snakes are going to be able to run this clock down around the 30 second mark. And then something big's going to come out of Pinpals. Schuper is having a bit of a duel with one of the Soldiers on the flank right now. As we say that, Alt does pick up Fane, and Redcoats will pick up Rohan. So Sneaky Snakes sort of just losing a few players as we expected. So a lot of damage coming in, and they will retake the point.
Amazing repush there. Matt walking forward, trying to bully the place out of the flank, dodging pipes left and right, steaming forward, getting good damage on the point, trying to bully the back as Schuper does come in. Uber comes out. Demo's in the skybox, is going to surf into main, but looking like he just escaped. Schuper going down low, might die from that big stair shot. Oh, that was a cleanup by Sam. Fane bombing in now, on the medic, alone in the right-hand house. Somehow living.
To pick it up with the pickaxe. My God, this man has played a lot of Minecraft back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. He knew exactly what to do just then. And now that begs the question. Sneaky Snakes, 1 minute. They got to run down this clock, guys. Pinpals, what are they going to pull out of their hat? We don't know. Because Sneaky Snakes, we've got basically 100% Uber ad. They're going to have maybe just enough time to build an Uber if they grind it really hard, Abo, but I'm not sure.
They need to use this Uber to protect the point, because if Pinpals caps once, they win this round, and that'll be a horrible spanner in the wheel for the momentum of this team. But it's just a bit of a scrappy fight. The Uber does come out. Frank's going down in the flank. Beast shot from Rohan there, cleaning up Schuper. Matt spamming pipes over the point, seeing who can get. Just trading damage here. Demo surfing out to the right-hand house. The Rohan is chasing him. He's not going to let him get away. Bombs in forward. Cleans him up. Brilliant work. That's going to be absolutely what they need to keep the point in their name. 30 seconds left on the clock. 20 now. Sam walking forward.
Yeah, it's really... Sneaky Snakes, they've handled that really well. There's 15 seconds left. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough time to get an Uber. I don't want to say never, but yeah, it looks like it's going to happen. Pinpals are going to try stall for time. There's going to be a final fight on this point. Schuper's going to flank around, seeing what he can do.
The Uber does come out.
Health pack. The Uber is out, ladies and gentlemen, and Pinpals will get that. My goodness, what a first round in the semi-final of the LAN Downunder 2022.
Double overtime in the first round. That's just what we were saying before, how close it's just going to be. Amazing work to bully them back with that Uber and get the point with 0 seconds left on the clock. 0 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, as we come into the second mid-fight of the game.
I'm really keen to see what Matt can do on this mid, Abo. I reckon, Redcoats was giving him a bit of a run for his money before, but, Matt, as you said... Oh, but
massive bomb coming in.
Big bomb from Schuper. He's just barely managed to clean up the med, unfortunately. My goodness.
Old defending his team, 3 players down for the side of Sneaky Snakes, only 2 for Pinpals, so the player out, they're going to look like they can walk forward. 2 scouts and a medic, it is a force to be reckoned with. They do need to link up, and they might be able to bully Alt off the point, but he's just getting 3 spam rockets for now, as his scout is coming forward to support. Maybe a scout caught in here, big mistake, does get cleaned up, and they're just going to retreat back to the point. Oh, Sam unfortunately does go down, making it even players and even Ubers.
Yeah, I've noticed the positioning of Pinpal seems to be pretty supreme at the moment. They're having Sneaky Snakes are having a bit of a hard time trying to zone in on their damage. As I say that, Alt does manage to pick up a player on the flank, but Sneaky Snakes have managed to got point at the moment. But I got to see what's going to make of this, Abo.
It's even plays pretty much now that Fane comes up, and even if his ult does go down, it's the worst time to die by a trap from Matt. Excellent work. That even plays is going to allow them to hold the point for a little longer as the combo is walking forward in the left house with Uber. Demo's a bit isolated. If he can get clean up here, that'll be absolutely massive. Super living on 15 health, bumping away. Ubers do come out, trade on the point. Even players, just scouts dancing around each other, looking for someone else to shoot as they eventually do back out as the soldier comes to support them.
Yeah, and it's this post-fight that matters here. You got Memories getting really nice and aggressive in here. This is the time for Memories to step up, you know. He's been from the bottom to the top. Shupa's going to go down, but it doesn't matter because Memories is on. He's on a 5-kill streak, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. And look at this. Sneaky Snakes just managed to compose themselves so well and come back and take this point.
Yeah, Memory's running an absolute mad one on them. 5 kills. That's exactly what you need. You know, one player putting in so much work, and they do have the timeout, about 30 seconds of time advantage on the point. That's exactly what they need, with a small Uber out as well. So they just need to hold this passively, and maybe they can burn off time on the clock. But if the team does push in them, they could take a trade into them. And if they clean up the medic, it could be absolutely fantastic.
Could be really good. I'm keen to see what Shupa can do on the flank here. You know, he's been a little bit, not super quiet, but a little bit. You know, imagine a couple rockets out, bit of, you know, pre-fight damage, but I don't think he's going to go for anything big right now. And actually, the Blue Soldier responds to his aggressive flank style there, and he's going to be having to back out of that one.
The Blue Soldier's walking forward now. The Uber's just about even out as they chill out on their concrete. They are getting spammed a little bit, but they're happy to just stay there, heal up before they can go forward. Looking to get healthy. 2 players down for the side of Pin Powers. This is exactly what they want. You know, Sneaky Snakes wants. They're pushing forward. Looking like they're going to get a forward hold going on.
And this is what you want to see, actually. You know, that first map for him was a little bit, I think they were lacking a bit of confidence. But now, look, I think Sneaky Snakes, they've sort of, you know, the rhythms are flowing a little bit more. It's a little bit more methodical right now, a bit more musical. And the Uber exchange, actually. Oh my God! Triple shotting the medic right there. My God! Elmo's going to be picking up Sam in the middle of this absolute clusterfuck. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Elmo picks up red coats as well. This man is popping off right now. And he's going to be going back in, see what else he can get. He picks up Camille. Oh my God, go Elmo, the veteran player scout of Oz Fortress. He is in the Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen.
Showing his dominance, absolutely. They walk in and clean up more players in the lobby area there. Just a perfect trade for them. That 4-pipe on the medic, juggling him when he couldn't do anything, just made the post absolutely so good for them. As the medic does eventually come out, they're at 50% disad. We might be seeing a sack wave here, and if you're new to TF2, ladies and gentlemen, what this might be is blue team's going to throw all their, red team, sorry, is going to throw all their players at a hope to force the enemies Uber.
Oh,
we do see Sam going in.
Sam, yeah, unfortunately there he does go down to the trap. There's 10 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Pin Pals need to do something big here. Fame with some awesome rockets onto the combo. Lots of damage going out. I'm not sure if there's much they can do. Rohan's going to be going in on a bomb on the point. He's on the demo.
Massive damage.
Up onto Red Coats. This game, this round is over as it appears, and there's not much they can do. The Uber exchange does come out, and there's just 2 scouts.
Just getting cleaned up on the point. The absolute scrappy fight. 0 points in the clock. Just dancing around. They don't want to let them get any cap time because if they do, they'll lose. Just barely edging it. So much time on the point, but the players are coming back. They're going to get spawners in. Massive bomb from Shupa, getting good damage on the point. Waiting for a heal in the right-hand side there as Ol comes steaming and seeing how he can back up his team. They're just dancing around this point. They need to get this cap.
That was so clutch from Pin Pals just there. They got that by the skin of their bloody teeth, mate. My goodness. That was about to be a point in favour of Sneaky.
They absolutely
to Red Coats and the combo for that matter. And then the round is finished.
Absolutely insane end to that road, and they're able to hold off the point for that long with the Uber, but it didn't end up mattering in the end. Coming forward there, steaming and getting another round on the clock.
My God. This is too close to call. Honestly, Abo, I really, it's a hard thing to predict, but you know, it's 1-1 right now. Shupa's going to be going in for a big bomb onto the combo. He doesn't manage to get off that second rocket, and then ultimately going to returning the bomb back in their favour. But look at this, Sneaky Snakes just absolutely cleaning up all the players in the middle of this chaos.
Yeah, the sack wave's unsuccessful, so they've got the players to steam forward and just wipe up everyone that didn't go all in, and it's worked out quite well for them.
Yeah, it appears that Sneaky Snakes, you know, that as I said before, they're really just getting into that gamer zone right now. They're hitting all of their shots. The plays they're making are absolutely incredible. Pin Pals did have a bit of that clutch clawback from him, but you know, Sneaky Snakes, really, really excellent stuff. And now we see, oh, with the backstab onto the medic. What was that, ladies and gentlemen? My goodness, on a Koth map, he did him absolutely bloody dirty.
He was so sneaky, we didn't even notice he was on Spy. Surprise for us too, absolutely amazing work there. He's going to give his medic the out. No, his medic does go down as well. Oh, it's fucking all over the shop right now. Players going in and out and just getting cleaned up. It's looking like Sneaky Snakes are going to have to play around, walking forward on the point with 1 second off the clock already. Just fantastic work for them with 3 players down.
Redcoats did manage to pick up a few nice late fight kills there, so that might help sort of reset things. You know, he's spawning right now, so if his team goes in, then he'll be able to get there for the late fight, but I think they're opting to maybe sort of just dance a little bit slower with this one. And
yeah, they've got the time to waste now in even Uber situation. They're just going to play the spam battle, not wanting to let the other team take an inch. Redcoat doing brilliant work denying the scouts, putting stickies down, just trying to pipe the soldiers that are flying around in the air.
Yeah, it's
double soldier on the right-hand side. They're looking like they're going to sneak through.
Oh, just not quite either of his. Oh, there's a bit of a fight going. Oh, Camille just looking in to shoot. He does get taken out by Feint. Sneaky Snakes, my goodness. Just look at the collapse. These guys have just absolutely found their footing in these semi-finals.
Massive work there from that soldier bomb. Just doing so much work, getting so much damage in that concrete area there. They're steaming forward and able to hold on to the point for even longer now.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. I think, you know, if you're Pin Pals right now, you need to compose yourself. You need to take a step back and say, hey, okay, we need to figure something out because this series is running away. As I say that, Ult will take down Elmo. That's a crucial pick. Schuper's going to be sitting right back on the point. He's going to be going in. See if he can get on the demo there. Oh, just barely manages to pick it up. Schuper going to be going back in for the return bomb, seeing if he can get in on the scout. The scout scares him off, and Pin Pals are just going to be bringing it back a notch.
That was really excellently done. That was just what they needed. They're sending the combo through the right-hand side, bullying them back on player as Schuper was just able to edge the point and get the cap while the blue team's combo were dealing with the flank through the right-hand side. That was really perfectly done and just what they needed to get back in the game. But unfortunately, Sneaky Snakes do take the point again, and only 45 seconds left on the clock with 100% even Ubers and 2-player disad for Pin Pals. They are looking quite comfortable just holding onto this position for now, maybe trapping off the lower side and seeing what they can do.
Yeah, I think you know, the pressure's really on right now. I think if you're Sneaky Snakes, you want to sort of get that advantage. As I say that, both Ubers coming out. Schuper managing to get some nice direct rockets to get the scout away from the combo. Look at this, ult's low, and Sneaky Snakes just absolutely collapsing on themselves. Pin Pals managing to get in. They might have heard me from up here, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very good turnaround.
Yeah, absolute brilliant work. That's just what they needed. Unfortunately, they do need to hold on to this point for almost 2 minutes now, while Sneaky Snakes only has 15 seconds on the clock. So they need to change something up, maybe get an aggressive kill on the medic or some good sticky traps to take out a player and give themselves an advantage in this fight, because otherwise Sneaky Snakes are just going to keep walking forward. They've got the time on the clock, they can take some risks, but they know if they do the damage, bully the players back. If they get their cap on that point, it's going to be incredible pressure for Pin Pals to have to cap it back quickly. Massive double bomb coming into the plateau, and oh, they wipe Pin Pals. That's exactly what they wanted. They're going to get the cap back with 7 seconds on. They're going to have to pull out massive work. Ult is probably speed shotting towards the point, and massive speed does get cleaned up. Just misses the medic. They take the second round with great precision. Just absolutely fantastic work there.
Yeah, very, very good you know, response to losing that first round from Sneaky Snakes. It's, you know, it's amazing to see a team just really crank it from 0 to 10 so fast. I think Pin Pals in that last part tried to get a Kritzkrieg going, but they didn't get much luck on that. Now we're on to what could be the last mid. I hope not. Schuper's going to be like sort of doing a scout bomb around and onto the flank. Wow, you know, this is some big brain stuff from Schuper right now. 2 down on the side of Pin Pals, so they're going to have to fall back here. And yeah.
Losing 2 on that mid isn't what they want there. Schuper's doing great work controlling the flank, but unfortunately their combo just let the ball drop a little bit, getting bullied back. They do have the players up now, and it is Ubers. We're seeing a bit of a forward hold from Sneaky Snakes. Not too aggressive, not too, you know, haven't put all their eggs in the basket yet, but they do want to try and get an early force. That would be absolutely excellent for them, as we are seeing them bust out at the right-hand side now. Good pipe on the demo, separating him from the combo.
My goodness, look at this, and it looks like they're trying to get in on the flank of some sort. Redcoats is, they're going up on the left side. Memories is going to be picking up one. He's going to be picking up Alt. And it's...
Alt going massive on the spy,
my
getting 2
God.
stabs there.
Really, really huge stuff. Sam is going to be dueling... I'm not sure. He takes down Memories eventually. Thank God somebody put a stop to the rampage that Memories was on. But now you've got Pinpals getting in on this point after almost a full minute of playtime. So they're definitely still in this one, Avo.
Absolutely. They're not giving up yet. They don't want to stop. Being around down in a situation like this, it can get stressful, but now we do see the Feign spies and maybe a counter to the old spy. Uber does get forced in lobby. They're doing a very aggressive forward hold. Rohan able to jump around. Feign just sitting on the health pack, waiting for a situation as the Ubers are traded on the opposite side of the map. Now you're in a bit of a sticky situation being on spy on 50 Uber out. I know I've been in this one too many times, but no, he is going to be able to sneak back to his spawn and swap off, and Pinpals are none the wiser.
Yeah, really, really interesting play coming out there. I think, as I said before, like getting the spy in on a Koth map is just so hard because the map's a lot smaller and you sort of have to like weasel your way through.
Yeah, just the constant spam, it's difficult to find an opening.
It's really, really hard stuff to do. Alt is going to pick up Elmo on the flank right there.
That's a brilliant kill for them. That's just what they need. Elmo's putting in so much work for Sneaky Snakes on this mid. And the soldiers are in absolute scrappy fire on the flank and they both trade for each other. Classic Roma gameplay. One-on-one, and the Sneaky Snakes are just chilling around their grass, playing with the time. They do have 20 Uber out here, but it's not looking like they really want to use it just yet. Just seeing what they can get, waiting for Pinpals to push into them. They're happy with just burning time off the clock with Stickies on the point, as they do eventually charge forward now. Uber coming out, steaming forward, trying to get the force in the concrete, but no. Oh, Banner does go down. I didn't even see massive drop from Feign. I didn't even see the bomb, it was so fast. That's going to be absolutely monumental for them. And just the collapse, everyone going down but Shupa. And Rohan on 16 health living. That was just absolutely perfect work from Sneaky Snakes. And it could not have gone any better for them. They've delayed it perfectly. They timed it perfectly. They sent them forward and it got the drop, which was just really, really amazing work from Sneaky Snakes there.
I think if you're Pinpals, you've got to be fuming a little bit after that one. They either almost had Uber or they just, they got dropped. And that's just such a bloody shame because you can tell they really wanted to do the exchange. It's never ideal to be losing your Uber charge when you're about to go into a fight, ladies and gentlemen. But, nevertheless, you do see this forward aggression from Redcoats here. He's going to try lock down these choke points and just allow some space for him. A soldier is going to get him.
Brilliant work.
Managing to pick that up. My goodness. Oh, no, it was Feign, sorry. Feign managing to pick up Redcoats. That is a crucial demo pick.
Yeah, that's just the best you can hope for as a soldier, apart from obviously medic drop, which Feign just got. So he's having an absolute fire game, dropping your medic, killing the demo, putting absolute massive work in for his team, as they are looking like they're going to walk forward now with about a minute on the clock for each team. Uber does coming out, they're steaming forward, do get the force. It's just going to be a bit of a scrappy fight on the concrete here. There are players going down. Massive work from Memories, cleaning up the soldier there and steaming forward even more on 60 health. Going to want to get cleaned up before they go back in, but Sam and Shipper are down. Massive double soldier bomb coming in. Does get cleaned up by Alt.
Yeah, Alt's really kind of, saving his team there. It could have been really bad if those soldiers managed to get through and, pick off that combo. But still, you've got a very, very even matchup. It is 2-1 on the scoreboards, ladies and gentlemen, in favour of Sneaky Snakes. And
Demo's caught here.
Yeah, there might be something big, not quite. Rohan didn't want to commit too hard to that, which is understandable. Shooper's coming with a fountain shot off the Memories. My God, what was that direct? He was struck by an angel just then, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness.
Absolutely massive frag coming out there as Alt wants one for himself, bombs it, absolutely bad frag against the medic and Demo, then eventually gets cleaned up. Just fantastic bomb from both soldiers on either team. They're fighting for their lives here with only 30 seconds left on the clock. It's coming down to the final wire here, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams getting their spawners in, but still a lot to go for Pinpals. Sneaky Snakes are just going to sit back, let the time run onto the clock, and it's going to come down to the absolute wire here.
This is textbook TF2 right now, guys. You've got both teams, even Ubers, even times on the point. It's going to come down to the wire right now. I'm keen to see what is going to be making of this. You see a soldier sort of darting through on the flank, maybe going behind, seeing what he can do. Alt is going to be picking up Elmo. It seems to be a bit of a reoccurring theme in this match. Elmo is having a bit of trouble on the flanks, guys, trying to...
Alt behind, maybe causing some chaos, maybe getting them to pinch. But no, they just do back off. And he does. He is still living there. The bomb does come in now from Alt. gets good damage on the demo, but does live. But Red Coat gets the medic pick with these pipes. I didn't even see it. Amazing aim there to take down the medic and give his team a salvage chance as Vayner just spawns and is starting to build Uber now.
So, now you got Sneaky Snakes. They need to come back in.
They need to cap the point.
Yeah, they really need to.
They were
Pink
delaying
Pals
for their spawners.
They have delayed for their spawners. I would have missed that. Thank you for picking that one up. But now, Pin Pals, it's 20 seconds left on the clock. There is some slight Uber ad on the side of Pin Pals. So if there is an overtime fight, which I'm sure there will be, it's going to be in favour of them. But big soldier bombs coming right now on the flag. My goodness, look at that! This guy cannot miss a bloody shot today. My goodness, Matt will eventually take him down, and it's looking like Pin Pals. Oh, it's a bit of a scrappy fight. Memories and Matt are going to pick up that round, and it's going to be, oh my goodness.
Amazing fight there, 3-1, closing it out. Just absolutely perfect pipes from Matt, and just amazing bombs from Shupa and Fat Directs to tie up that round. It's 3-1. Unbelievable scenes here in the semi-final.
And is that game? I think that's game.
What an amazing game.
Mate, what a turnaround.
That was splendid. I do believe we need to be on camera here.
I cannot believe
holy
what just
shit,
happened.
what a close game. Just every player playing at the peak of their ability, just amazing. Hitting pipes, hitting rockets, meat shots all around. The soldiers played phenomenally. Their bombs were amazing, just hitting fat damage. That was absolutely insane.
And considering, I think Sneaky Snakes had a really rough first round there. You could tell they were a bit shaken up by the King of the Hill sort of format, but now they've, they managed to claw back. They won all 3 of those rounds just in a row. It was absolutely mental to see. We do have some analytics coming for you guys, so we will
in about 2 minutes.
In about 2 minutes.
In about 2 minutes.
So the hand signals, I don't speak sign language. It would have been in handy.
I could ramble about that game for 2 hours, so we're going to keep going. It's just splendid work from them. And we're good to come over to the anthem? Okay, I'll ramble about it to my friends for the next 2 hours.
Well, actually, I feel like we should kind of introduce ourselves first. So, what's your in-game name and what's your name?
I'm Elmo and Lachlan.
My name's Josh, your memories.
So how did you guys, with the actual game itself, how did you guys feel you guys went overall? Because obviously it was a big, sorry, wait, am I looking at our team? Sorry, it was obviously a good recovery from Gullywash coming into Bagel. And how did you guys feel? Obviously you guys went, obviously the map itself isn't as familiar in the Ozfortress circuit compared to others, but overall, what was the vibe for the map like?
I mean, especially after the first round, I don't think we played our best. But after the first round we won, we basically knew we had it in the bag. Like, we were destroying them then. Basically, we just had to keep doing the same thing. Yeah, Gully, Faint Mike was broken. And kind of just spiraled out from there. But yeah, Bagel, we pretty much always felt we were going well.
We carried over the minutes from yesterday's game. And the 4-0-1, what map was it? Sunshine?
Yeah.
So we clean sweep them 4-0-1 Sunshine. And then, I don't know, the first map was good. Just playing normally. Second map a bit rough, we kind of got nuked, and then third map that first round was shaky. They just sent an army on Miramu, and then 3-round comeback, easy as that.
Yeah.
So you reckon you guys can carry that momentum into grand final? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the full distance.
We definitely need to step it up, but I mean, even if you lose the first 2 maps, you have another chance this time.
Exactly.
So we only had 1 map yesterday against Winston. We won a few mids, so hopefully we can actually turn that into winning rounds, which is the main thing.
And what maps you reckon you guys would choose?
I'm not too sure, maybe Snake or the Sunshine. I got no comment, trying to give out
I think giving Koth a go is probably a good idea. Yeah. Anything can happen on Koth compared to PP.
I think on top of that as well, obviously coming now, you'll be facing Witness, who undoubtedly are probably the favourites coming into this whole LAN. It is going to be a tough game, obviously, best of 5, and there is a large map pool coming up ahead, obviously. Both of you guys are probably familiar with all maps, but obviously you go into band 2 and then everything else you have to play. I'm assuming there's going to be a strategy in what you guys want to do regarding the order of the maps you want to choose.
I'm not too sure if it's a strategy. I think we just want to play. Yeah, what do
Just
you
here for fun?
I definitely think it'll be a ban Gullywash.
Yeah,
Don't think about that map again, and but have to think about where. Apart from that, I think Sunshine is what we're good at, but they'll definitely ban that, I would say. So, like I said, I think it'll be Koth, because anything can happen on Koth compared to 5 CP, which they have in the bag.
Awesome. But otherwise, I think you guys have been doing really well, and obviously congratulations to making the grand final.
Thank you.
Good work.
Thank you.
Otherwise, good luck, have fun against Swindlers.
Thank you.
Easy. Otherwise,
Break, we're good.
we'll go to a little bit of a break. We'll be back a bit later, around 5-ish. 5, sorry, for the...